The camera clearly, I think it's looking very misty. Ananya. थोड़ा सा वैसे लग रहा है तो yeah.
No pose. Hello.
Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Design Carnival, day 4 of the ongoing amazing event called Filled with Creativity and Talent. Fashion is not just something that exists in dresses. Fashion is in the sky, in the street. Fashion is about ideas and the way we live and what's happening around us. Once said by the ace designer Coco Chanel. Today, we bring together the brightest minds in interior and fashion design from NIFD Global Centers across India. Namaskar, मेरा नाम है Aman Verma, and I'm absolutely delighted to be your host for this fantastic virtual experience. And hello to everyone watching us live on the NIFD Global YouTube channel. At the Design Carnival, we not just showcase the creativity of young designers, we also celebrate innovation, talent, and the future of design. As fashion is about dreaming and making other people dream. This was quoted by Donatella Versace. So let's embrace these exciting moments and make the most of them. Well, let me give you a quick overview of the event called the Design Carnival. Well, this isn't just a competition, it's a platform where the dreams of these young designers come alive. Students from all corners of the country have gathered here to showcase their talent, their inspiration, vision, and passion for design. While this is a 5-day event featuring talented design students from NIFT Global Centers across India, each day will highlight different presentations with one interior design and one fashion design winner announced daily. Well, we already have 3 fashion winners and 3 interior winners from day 1, 2, and 3. They've already been selected. And here's the best part. These design winners will earn a direct entry into the upcoming Lakme Fashion Week in collaboration with FDCI. This is a golden opportunity that could elevate their design journey to new heights. Fashion design students will present their collections at the NIFT Global, the runway show during the Lakme Fashion Week with FDCI, while the interior design winners will design sets for the designer shows at the same event. That's truly incredible for our design students, indeed a unique platform for them. To judge this presentation, we have an equally renowned panel of jury members. Well, these are industry leaders who have shaped the world of design. Let's start by welcoming our jury members. Shuru karte hain. Well, the first one, she's got degrees in architecture and construction management, which help her in making form and functionality meet as she executes the projects and thrives in her role of a co-founder and designer at her firm called Hip Couch. while her success is anchored in her discipline and exceptional time management skills. Please get your hands together for Riddhi Agrawal. Good morning, Riddhi. It's a pleasure having you here today.
It's a pleasure to be here too. I'm very excited
Absolutely.
for today. Yeah.
I love the name of the firm. It's called Hip Couch. How did that come into the picture?
It was actually very random and it just stuck with us. So yeah, it just happened to us. Yeah.
So basically, you were sitting on a couch with your hips on it, and you said, "What should I name it? Hip Couch." That's how it's called.
Something like that, maybe, yes.
Something like that. Okay, but it's a pleasure having you here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. This one is the founder and the creative director of Quad. I hope I'm getting the pronunciations right. A New York, New Delhi hybrid label. An erstwhile business graduate with over a decade in advertising and brand strategy. He's also an interdisciplinary artist. Please get your hands together for Ikshit Pandey. Hi, Ikshit. Good morning.
Hello. Morning. Thank you so much.
I hope I've got the name right. Is it Quad or Quad?
Quad. It's Quad.
It's Quad. Okay, wonderful. So how does it feel being here? I think a lot. You're going to be seeing a lot of talent through the fashion and the interior design students. What do you feel?
It's amazing, it's thrilling, and it's actually a first for me. I've never done this kind of stuff virtually, so times have moved on and I'm catching up clearly. It's wonderful to be here.
I'm sure the students are going to love what you have to say about them.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. I hope
Wonderful.
so too.
Yes, thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here with you. So, well, the next one, well, he's known as Mr. Gaba in the digital world, ladies and gentlemen, a creative entrepreneur. उन्होंने कई बार मेरे को बोला है कि इतना सारा इंट्रोडक्शन मत दीजिएगा, लेकिन क्या है, मुझे भी थोड़े से पैसे कमाने हैं. नीरज जी, I have to do that in fashion and lifestyle. Well, he's also a motivational speaker at corporate, youth, and the TEDx events, and hosts various shows on television and OTT platforms. His notable projects, ladies and gentlemen, include MTV India's Next Top Model Shadi Fit on MX Player and I Am She Miss Universe India. And of course, the digital series Unfollow the Bollywood Stars and Gift of the Gaba, etc., etc. Please get your hands together for Neeraj Gaba.
Yay! I'm happy to be here. Let me clap for myself.
अरे भैया क्या बात है, मतलब कुछ कहने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, and that's how it works. Anyway,
सुनने वाले भी सुन के थक गए होंगे तो
Okay, it's a pleasure having you here, Neeraj.
Thank you.
I'm going to move on to our next jury member. Well, I'm thrilled to introduce the editor-in-chief of The Voice of Fashion. She beautifully captures fashion as a reflection of identity and creativity in a book, The Powder Room, stating fashion is the ultimate form of self-expression and an ever-evolving journey of creativity. She's also held senior editorial roles in publications like India Today, The Indian Express, Hindustan Times Mint, and was also the founding editor of Marie Claire India. Well, she's recently been trained as a narrative psychotherapist and now works with vulnerable communities and private clients. Please get your hands together for Shifali. Well, Shifali is slightly a little unwell, so but she's there. She will come online whenever she feels like.
I'm saying hello with my broken voice.
Oh, hi Shifali, I can't see you.
Yes,
I think
I hope to get there soon to show you my face, which is not broken, but the voice is. Thank you.
No,
And hello to everyone.
Ji. Well, thank you so much, Shifali, and it's a pleasure having you here. And Shifali ki jagah pe, we are delighted to have you here. But like I said, there is someone else who did represent Shifali yesterday, and that was Ananya Shorkar. I hope I've got the surname of the Shorkar correct, because Sarkar हम लोग बोलते हैं तो लोग बोलते हैं it is Shorkar. Did I get that right?
You did get that right. You got the surname correct, yes.
Absolutely. Well, एक point तो मेरा बन गया है यहाँ पे. चलिए. Okay. Ananya Shorkar is a journalist with over a decade of experience across national newspapers and digital publications. She currently writes on the intersection of fashion, art, and culture, and leads special projects at the Voice of Fashion. Well, I welcome you, Ananya. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Absolutely. Would you like to say something? I think we saw you for the first time yesterday. How does it feel?
So I've been working behind the scenes for this for a bit now, and it was very, very interesting to see the presentations, and I'm looking forward to seeing them today as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, what you have a complete, the complete. I'm sure everybody's told you the complete Bengali look, the West Bengal Assam, that kind of look. Correct?
Okay, thank you.
No, it's a compliment. Well, here's how the show is going to unfold today. We will start with the presentation by our talented interior design students, followed by the innovative fashion design presentations from the same center. Then we will move on to the next center, continuing this pattern throughout today's group. After each presentation, our esteemed jury members will have the opportunity to ask questions and provide feedback, followed by the announcement of live scores. The presentation with the highest score in both the categories will be the Day 4 winner. The theme given to the students is Cityscapes and Style. This theme invites you to explore the intersection of urban architecture, fashion, and design across cities across the world. Designs should reflect the vibrant energy and elegance of cities, blending architectural elements with intricate design details to create innovative and captivating fashion and interiors. Interior design students will present a prototype of their set design, indoor or outdoor. Please note the set design walkthrough is absolutely optional, and there will not be any extra time that will be allocated for the walkthrough videos. Fashion design students will present 2 garments showcased by the 2 models. Each participating student will have 120 seconds to explain the design, ending with the buzzer. Students may explain आप हिंदी में, इंग्लिश में, किसी भी भाषा में, जो भी आप एक्सप्लेन करना चाहते हैं, इंग्लिश में, जिसमें भी आप कंफर्टेबल हैं, आप बात कर सकते हैं. Just remember, it is not the language that we are looking for. आप क्या एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, वो हमारे लिए ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. The NIFD Global Headquarters team will manage the PowerPoint presentations and videos to ensure a seamless experience. Well, this is for the jury members. We have limited time, so I request all of you to keep your comments and feedback absolutely specific and concise. Participating designers should be ready according to their scheduled term. Best of luck to all the talented NIFD Global Design students participating today, day number 4. So let's dive into the world of design and creativity and let the Design Carnival begin today. Round number 1. Ikshit, are you ready? Ananya, ready?
Yes.
Neeraj?
Yeah.
And Riddhi. There we go. So this is round number 1. Let's start with the first presentation. Interior presentation by Yuvika Tejwani from NIFD Global, Bhopal. Yuvika, if you're there, please start your presentation. Boli.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I audible?
Definitely, please start, Yuvika.
Okay. Greetings and a pleasant morning to all the esteemed members of the jury. So when I got the opportunity from Lucknow and the theme was Cityscapes and Styles, तो मुझे याद आया जब मेरी सिस्टर अपनी वेकेशन ट्रिप पे वेनिस गई थी, तो मैं कितना अडॉर्न्ड और इंस्पायर्ड थी. वहां की स्ट्रीट लाइफ, आइकॉनिक लेक्स, पिक्चर्सक्यू एलिमेंट्स और यही नहीं, वहां के डोम स्ट्रक्चर्स से भी. मोर ओवर, Venice is called the city of love and romance. So I thought, why not take Venice as an inspiration and incorporate the elements into a set in an eco-friendly way. So presenting to you the Venetian Vogue set. Now I'll explain the set to you. The main element and the focal point of the set is the bridge, which resembles a famous bridge from Venice, that is Ponte di Rialto. इस ब्रिज को मैंने बैकड्रॉप की तरह यूज किया है. इस ब्रिज के नीचे मैंने एक डोम स्ट्रक्चर यूज किया है विद द हेल्प ऑफ MS स्ट्रक्चर एंड प्रोफाइल लाइट्स. इस ब्रिज को मैंने बीच में से ब्रेक किया है टू गिव इट अ सिंबॉलिक लुक. एंड मेन रीजन जो कि डोम स्ट्रक्चर प्रोवाइड करने का है इज टू प्रोवाइड अ फ्रेम फॉर द मॉडल्स टू वॉक थ्रू and also an picturesque element for the whole event. Another main element of the set is the canal, जो कि street look को completely resemble करते हुए canal को represent करता है. And to complete the whole aura, साइड वॉल्स को बिल्डिंग्स के फॉर्म में रखा है विद द स्ट्रक्चर विद बालकनीज एंड विंडोज. ऑल्सो सीलिंग पे पेंडेंट लाइट्स का यूज किया गया है जो कि वाटर वेव्स के शेप में है, एंड अ बोट नेमली गंडोला. नाउ कैन यू प्लीज प्ले माय वॉक थ्रू? Hello, can you please play my walkthrough now?
Yes, I think the walkthrough is going to come in. There we are.
Okay.
Wonderful. Ji, would you like to add something?
Yes. The whole set is eco-friendly and used of sustainable materials. The bridge is made with MS structure and finished with paper mache. The dome structure is created with MS structure and finished with profile lights. The walls are created with handmade sheet, and the ramp is created with LED screen.
Okay, why is the cameraman not showing the ramp? Ask him to, where is the cameraman? Ramp नीचे दिखाइए. Okay. और आपका ये जो seating arrangement है, because I think जो walk through था उसमें it was a little more flatter. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ऊंचा है. Is that how it is?
Yeah, it's like that.
Exactly like that. Okay, wonderful. Let's start off. Ikshit, I'm going to come to you, and let's start with you. What do you feel about what she's put together, please?
I mean, I love this. As fashion designers, I think we're always looking to recreate magical real moments.
Okay.
And this is very exciting to see. It actually reminds me of a Chanel set, something out of a Chanel show. Because, you know, Carl always had these larger than life real sets that would come alive. So I think this is very exciting from a fashion designer's point of view. And I would love to have such a grand set one day. So yeah, great job.
Okay,
Very well done.
wonderful. Riddhi, I'm going to come to you. Comments on this, please.
So I think the way you've used the architectural elements, I think you brought them, I think you brought Venice to life here on the set. And I think that whole canal, which is the crux of that entire city, I think you've brought life to that on the stage. So I think the use of LED screen is very smart to bring out that very critical element of that city. I think you brought the essence out, which I think is very smart and intelligent instead of focusing on everything else. Because the ramp is the core and so is the canal. So I think the way you integrated that is brilliant.
Okay, wonderful. Neeraj, coming to you.
Okay. So, hi, Yuvika.
Hello, sir.
Hi. So, Yuvika, बच्चे आपके ये सेट की width कितनी है?
The width.
Yeah. हाँ, कितना wide है ये?
ये 67 का फीट था.
67 feet है. अच्छा, तो आपने 67 feet के अंदर आपने जो दो bridges दिए हैं, which are hanging in the air, how are you
No,
planning?
not. They are not hanging in the air.
हाँ.
They are not hanging in the air. ये जो डोम स्ट्रक्चर प्रोवाइड किया है वो उसके ऊपर रेस्ट करता है.
डोम स्ट्रक्चर, ये डोम स्ट्रक्चर जो है ये रियल टाइम स्ट्रक्चर है.
Yes,
ये
sir.
बनाया है आपने.
हाँ, बनाया.
Okay, from here it is looking like it is a part of the backdrop. Okay,
it's
and what is the dome structure made of?
MS structure and finished with profile lights.
Can we get the camera closer to the bridge, please? So that, you know, we are clear as to what you've done. Where is it resting?
Right now it is printed, right?
It is printed.
No,
Yes.
it is made 3D.
It is what?
This is 3D.
Okay, because I can't make out. It just looks like it's printed.
वो जो पीछे वाला जो डोम स्ट्रक्चर है वो जरा कैमरामैन को बोलिए उसके पास जाएगा. Please get the cameraman to go closer to the dome
Come
structure.
closer to the dome structure.
Dome नीचे कैमरामैन आप कैमरामैन को बोलिए थोड़ा नीचे.
अच्छा. Okay. Now I can see. Okay. So then you have given the support there. Okay. Now is this bridge only a bridge? क्या कहते हैं? There is no movement on that bridge, right?
No.
No movement on the bridge. Okay. So बच्चे जब आप ऐसा कुछ बनाते हो ना, मैंने आपसे सिर्फ इसलिए पूछा because सपोर्ट बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि आपके जितने भी मॉडल्स हैं वो आपके सारे मॉडल्स इसके नीचे से आ रहे हैं. So it is very important that it is very sturdily placed. So I don't know आपने जो पीछे इतने बारीक जो आपके structures आपने दिए हैं, will they be able to handle the weight of this bridge?
और उसकी डेप्थ थोड़ी ज्यादा रखी हुई है जो एम स्ट्रक्चर है.
किसकी
यहाँ
depth?
से वो डोम स्ट्रक्चर है ना, वो उसका यहाँ से थिन दिख रहा है बट उसकी डेप्थ ज्यादा है.
नहीं, डेप्थ
वो-
उसकी ज्यादा है, लेकिन वो जो पतले पतले स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं जो आपने बनाया ना, जिनके ऊपर ये पूरा ब्रिज रेस्ट कर रहा है, बिकॉज हमेशा ये याद रखेंगे सब लोग जो भी देख रहे हैं सुन लें, दैट व्हेन द म्यूजिक प्लेज, नो, द वाइब्रेशंस ऑफ दैट साउंड कैन आल्सो मूव थिंग्स, एंड इफ दे आर नॉट स्टर्डी और ये जरा सा इधर का उधर हुआ, वी आर प्लेइंग विथ लाइफ. देयर आर लाइव रियल लाइफ मॉडल्स वॉकिंग फ्रॉम अंडर इट. Okay. The other thing is, आपने जैसा हम लोग पहले भी बोलते आए हैं, whenever we have to go ahead, और जब हम इतना खर्चा अपने साइड वॉल्स पे कर देते हैं ना, most of the times what gets captured is from the front. साइड वॉल्स का उतना खर्चा करने का कोई मतलब बनता नहीं है when we are doing a set. I understand you are trying to create the whole ambience here. जब हमें ऐसा पूरा एक ambience चाहिए होता है ना, because this is an expensive set. Like how Ikshit also said, this is an expensive set. मुझे अगर इतना पैसा एक सेट बनाने में खर्चना है, I would rather go ahead and give it, I mean, take it out on rent if I find a location like this and do it at a live location. आपने अपनी तरफ से क्रिएटिवली बहुत सुंदर बनाया है. आपने बिल्कुल कहीं से कॉपी नहीं किया है. आपने इंस्पायर हुए हो वेनिस से, उसको अपने हिसाब से बनाया. ऑल ऑफ दैट इज देयर. बट लाइक वी ऑलवेज से, प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट इट इज एन ऑपरेशनल सेट एज वेल. ओके, आपने इसकी कॉस्टिंग निकाली थी बच्चे?
नहीं सर, अभी तो
नहीं निकाली थी. हाँ, तो खाली वो दिख. But let me congratulate you. After a long time, we have seen a model which you can see that it is effort worthy. आपने मॉडल बनाने में भी उतना ही एफर्ट डाला है जितना आपने वॉक थ्रू में डाला था. एक और बड़ी प्रॉब्लम जो आपने की है, वो जो आपने इतनी महंगी बोर्ड जो ऊपर टांगी है ना उल्टी, जैसे ही लाइट्स ऑन होंगी, आपने अगर पहले भी हमारे फीडबैक्स देखे हो, जैसे ही ट्रस्ट से लाइट्स ऑन होती हैं, ऊपर का कुछ नहीं दिखता है. एंड नोबडी इज इवन इंटरेस्टेड इन लुकिंग ऊपर क्या है. So whenever we are designing set as interior design students, it is very important that first we think of creativity. The moment we know our elements, we immediately go into the budgeting of it. Okay? Budgeting जैसी आप करोगे ना, आपको operationability, budget सब साथ में आपका आना शुरू हो जाएगा. So your creative process is very strong, and I can see and everybody can see that, but I don't know in terms of operationally how strong will you be as a designer. That's my feedback. Thank you.
Wonderful. Finally coming to Ananya.
Hi, Yuvika. I'm giving you comments which are both Shafali and mine. So I think both of us, we really like your, the idea, the execution. Like the model also looks really nice and well researched. So congratulations on that. And, the only feedback is that because the set is so inspired and so literal about the city that you've been inspired from, it might be a little restrictive to only certain kinds of collections that might be suited to this ramp. And also, just personally, I agree with what Neeraj also pointed out about the material and the strength of the material, whether it will be able to hold the weight of all the structures that you have incorporated in your model. And Shafali also pointed out the absence of the lighting on the truss lighting, basically. But otherwise, congratulations on having great inspiration, and the model looks good. The walkthrough looks really nice as well.
Wonderful. Ananya, can we have the marks, please? Let's start with you.
Yes, I think we would like to score her 9.
A 9?
Yes.
Wow, wonderful. Neeraj, points from you?
I would like to give you an 8, please. I would have also
8.
given a 9 अगर आपने operationally भी सोचा होता तो. But you need to work on that, so it's an 8, please.
Because eventually that's what finally matters.
That's what finally matters. Exactly.
Because,
how many sets? Ikshit will tell you how many sets we design and then we have to take them away because the budgets and operationability are not working.
That's why I was so elated, because this is a designer's dream come true, right? The walls look great, the ceiling looks great.
I hear my girls and my boys come.
Okay, so that's 17, Neeraj and Ananya put together. Riddhi, marks from you?
9.
9. Oh, wow, wonderful. So that's 26. And finally, coming to Ikshit.
It's a 9 for me as well.
Oh, it's a 9 again. Well, I think we've had so that's 35 altogether for you. I think this is the beginning of a good day 4. And Yuvika has scored 35. Brilliant marks. I think Yuvika, बहुत बढ़िया किया
Thank
आपने.
you.
जैसे
Thank
कि
you,
नीरज
ma'am.
ने
Thank
कहा
you, sir.
कि इवेंचुअली आपको सिर्फ इतना सोचना है कि फाइनली इसकी कॉस्टिंग किस हिसाब से बनती है. Anyway, congratulations to you. A wonderful start today, 35 marks. We move on to the fashion presentation by Chitrika Rathod and Amatullah Petiwala from NIFD Global Bhopal once again. Chitrika and Amatullah, if you're ready, you're good to go. इसके बाद I'm going to request NIFD Global Hyderabad High Tech City to be ready with their next presentation. So Chitrika and Amatullah with the fashion presentation, NIFD Global Bhopal. Come on, guys, quickly. NIFD Global Bhopal. Please start. We can see you. Chitrika and Amatullah, start, please.
Morning, sir. Am I audible?
Audible, please start.
Good morning, judges. Our collection is a beautiful heritage to the Maheshwar fort. The thoughtful details and intricate quilting inspired from the fort's carving brings out the essence in our garments. The use of jute cotton and muslin not only adds a unique texture but also aligns with the sustainability theme. The collection is a beautiful blend of Indian heritage and modern fashion. The color palette of our garment is off-white and brown.
दिस इज आवर फर्स्ट आउटफिट जो कि एक डबल लेयर फुल सर्कुलर स्कर्ट है जिसको हमने एक वेस्ट कोट के साथ पेयर किया है जिसका प्लंज नेक है एंड प्रिंसेस कट ऑल्सो द बेल स्लीव्स ऑफ द वेस्ट कोट रिप्रेजेंट्स द पिलर ऑफ द फोर्ट स्कर्ट के लिए हमने फर्स्ट लेयर जूट कॉटन की यूज की है जो कि महल के टेक्सचर को रिजेंबल करती है एंड द सेकेंड लेयर इज ऑफ मसलिन एज यू कैन सी प्लीज कम बैक. On the hem of the skirt, we have given a panel of a quilting, जो कि महल पे की गई beautiful कारीगरी को represent करती है. Thank you.
Our second outfit is a plunge neckline sleeveless brown colored jute cotton pencil dress जिसको हमने ऑफ वाइट मसलिन केप के साथ पेयर करा है जिसपे हमने क्विल्टिंग करी है जो कि महल पे की गई कारीगरी से इंस्पायर्ड है. The front motif of our cape is inspired from the main door of the Maheshwar forts. The back motif of our cape is inspired from the jharka of the fort. The bottom border and the side borders are inspired from the tomb of the Maheshwar fort.
Okay, would you like to add something to what you have said?
Yes, sir. The जूट कॉटन जो हमने जूट कॉटन का यूज करा है वो महल के रॉ टेक्सचर को एज वेल एज महल की बालकनी पे एक डिजाइन है उससे रिजेंबल करते हुए हमने जूट कॉटन लिया है. मसलिन हमारा एक रॉ फैब्रिक है जो कि महल के एक रॉ फैक्टर को दर्शाता है. सेकेंड फैक्टर इज दैट इट अलाइंस परफेक्टली विद द सस्टेनेबिलिटी थीम. व्हेन वी वर मेकिंग ट्रायल फिट्स देन वी थॉट कि क्यों ना हम मसलिन को ही एज अपना मेन फैब्रिक लें और उस पे हमने क्विल्टिंग करी है.
Okay, can you ask the model to come closer to the camera, please?
Come closer
Closer to the camera. Get the model closer to the camera. एक-एक करके, दोनों साथ में नहीं. एक-एक करके, please. Yeah, can you turn around, please? 360 degrees, turn around.
Turn around 360 degrees slowly.
And can the model go back, please? We couldn't see the full garment throughout.
Yes,
the
sir.
camera was way
Cameraman, जरा नीचे बोलिए. Cameraman को बोलिए नीचे करें.
कैमरा थोड़ा नीचे कर दीजिए.
And now, can she go behind? Yeah, because we can't see any work only. Ask her to go behind and now bring the camera so we see a full length. Yeah.
कैमरा नहीं रखिए.
We want to see the full length garment. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Let's start with you, Ikshit.
Yeah. So I have few comments which I've noted down. First of all, I love the inspiration. I think it's such a fresh inspiration from the Mahesh.
Thank you, sir.
I've been there, and it's magnificent, and I don't think it's spoken about enough, or is inspired enough from. So I love that. I think you guys are from Madhya Pradesh, or you study there, and it's a beautiful fort. So love that. I also love the silhouettes and the color scheme on paper. I think it's a very fresh take on something, which could look very opulent. So I love that it's very tonal, and it has selective embroidery work on a certain kind of modern silhouette, and on the other one, you've gone all out. So that's really cool to look at. My input is really in execution. I think the real design magic happens when you translate a sketch to a garment. And that's really where the real design work happens. That's where actually sometimes you may end up with something totally different, because things look a certain way in a sketch and may not work out. And I see a little bit of that here. While things look great on paper, I think a lot of magic could have added when you were translating this into actual garments. I have a question. Is the embroidery on these garments the real embroidery that you're gonna be executing on the clothes? Okay, it is, right? Yeah. So I think that's also a challenge that we face when we design with sustainable fabrics and fabrics that are natural, is that a little bit of that sheen and shimmer, the glamour of fashion sort of takes a back seat. It's always difficult to sort of bring that side with a sustainable fabric, and I think that's where we need to work harder when we are working with materials like this. So that's something that I would have loved to see a little bit of more, because in the end, I think the garments still reside in that, ethnic, opulent world. So that's that. And I think the construction could have been slightly better, especially of the cape. We could see, a little bit of struggle of it falling off. There's so much beautiful work that, you have attempted to do on it, but like Neeraj also pointed out, you can't really see it in all its full glory. And if the model is moving too much, then it's going off shoulder. So love the basis and foundation of this collection, but I think a little bit of work on the execution and the bringing it to life part. If you feel free to change things. If you have sketched it, it's really not the rule book that you're going by. Feel free to twist it around and see what looks great in real life.
Okay.
So a little bit more,
Thank you, sir.
and we would have been there.
Okay, wonderful. Riddhi, I'm going to come to you quickly. Comments from your
hi.
side?
Yeah, so I think your garments are very understated and classy. I like the fact that someone can wear this to different occasions and not be restricted to just the ramp. I think that makes it a very usable sort of garment. I'd like to add to what Ikshit said earlier. I think it belongs to a mahal which is opulent. So I think you could have worked on your accessories, your footwear, etc., to add to the understated nature of your fabric that you've chosen. So I think that could have brought in a little more color and opulence to your overall look, I would say, to your garment. And
Okay.
the third thing I'd like to bring out, one more thing, Aman.
Yeah.
The third thing I'd like to bring out is the proportioning of the work that you've done on the cape. I think the proportion of the cape versus the embroidery, I think it's a little out of scale. I think it could have been a little more intricate to make it look more luxurious maybe, and proportionate to the garment size as well. So I think these 2-3 things, if you could have worked on, would have been great. But I love the fact that it's an easy garment, and I think it will work in multiple occasions. So yeah, congratulations to you guys.
Wonderful. Neeraj, coming to you.
Okay. Hi, Chitrika. Hi, Amatullah.
Hello,
Hi.
sir.
Hi. Okay, बच्चे सबसे पहले can we remove that cape, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see, this is, I mean, the good points have already been said by Ikshit. So I will not repeat those points. In terms of, you guys, you understand when you see, when one sees your stuff, one can make out these are fashion design students. इनको पता है, इनको idea है क्या cut है, pattern कैसे काटना है, construction का भी उनको idea है. Yes, there is scope of improvement. Obviously, we are kids. I mean, we are students, so we are still learning. My only thing here is that now if I see, मैं आप दोनों को ही बोलूं ना, अगर आप आके इस तरफ कैमरे से टर्न करके अपने लुक्स को देखो, see at the end of the day, where are we right now? we are at a competition. Okay. It is very important that we go ahead and we showcase our creativity in terms of silhouettes as well. What one sees as your base garments, there is nothing extraordinary that has been done at a silhouette level. The moment you remove the cape, both the garments are like, that's a regular top and a skirt, and this one is like, again, a full skirt. I mean, a full this thing. Cape is the only thing where you guys have actually gone ahead and done some effort to induct a silhouette, which showcases, which highlights what you stand for, right? And that too, there also in silhouette, we went a little wrong on the pattern. So, though you guys have done a very, how should I say, you played safe, because, and your motivation was very good. And bete, aapne bola jharka. Is it, did I hear it wrong, or is it jharoka? You meant jharoka, na? You're on mute right now. So you said jharka. And when I saw the image that was there, I said it's a jharoka. I'll correct that. Yeah. So, bache, when you are doing something like this, you also need to work on silhouettes. It just cannot be a story that you're planning to tell. Okay? So this is a just, I mean, for me, you played a little safe here.
Okay.
I wish you had some kind of a little agate. Thank you.
But I'm sure every time we say that जिंदगी में थोड़ा सा risk लेना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि नहीं लिया जाएगा, and you will be where you are. Get out of the car.
थोड़ा सा risk लिया cape से, but that cape didn't work out. That's the problem.
While the cape only works out with the superheroes, not with the others, as they say. Okay, wonderful. Ananya, coming to you. Comments from your side, please.
Yes. So I think Shefali and I also, commend the two of them for their clean design, and I think both the looks, feel like they are part of this one collection. So that thread of uniformity is also there, and good using of quilting and embroidery as well, and what they have explained why they have used the fabrics that they have, that also sort of makes sense. Good understated colors, and design wise, yes, I think I agree with everybody that they have kept it quite simple and played it safe. The cape is clearly the stronger design over here, and though personally I feel like the execution might have been a little better, like the construction could have been better, and the cape does look a little overwhelming on the model. However, I mean, it was a good attempt, and I think these colors and would definitely work out, like, I think commercially, looking at the bigger, like they're very, I think a lot of people will be comfortable wearing these colors. So that way, the designs definitely have potential. Maybe like better execution the next time.
Okay. Marks from you, Ananya.
8.5.
8.5. Riddhi, marks from you?
8.5.
8.5?
Yes.
Okay, that's 17. Neeraj, marks from you?
8, please.
Okay, so that's going to be 25, and finally Ikshan.
8.
8. So that's going to be 33 to be exactly precise. So wonderful marks. I wouldn't say that even though you've played it very, very safe, still the jury members have loved the kind of work that you put in together. Looks classy, and I'm sure whatever the jury members have told you, you're going to remember that and work to make sure the next time that you come into the competition, it is not that safe as it is as now. Thank you so much. Quickly going to move on to the next center, and that is NIFD Global Hyderabad High Tech City. This is the fashion presentation by Shima Fatima. Shima is ready. Shuru kijiye Shima, aapka fashion presentation. Ji, you're audible. Please start.
Hello and good morning, jury members. I, Shima Fatima, is present in front of you to introduce my collection, Servet Kalesi, which means the castle of lustiness. So this collection is inspired by the briskiness of Kelechi and Thalia and a bit of emphasis Asian Greek, Turkey. And within it comes all the elements like Pamukkale, the old town, the confined walls, the hot balloon fire, the emphasis theatre, and the aroma of Mevlevi. Like Kelechi literally means inside the Kale, and Kale itself means castle. And Pamukkale is defined as cotton castle. And Old Town is the most beautiful tourist attraction with an amazing experience of hot air balloon fire. And the emphasis theatre is known as prestige and cultural heritage. And Mevlevi are the grilling dervishes who grill as an act of worship towards the god in Sufi Muslims. So when I say the aroma of Mevlevi, it means the vibe, the feeling, and the peacefulness they face during that section. So basically what I did is I took all of these elements and used them in my garment, each element for each garment to cover the beauty of entire city. As for color palette, I went with white, ocean blues and ocean green since I wanted it to be very cool and calm. And for fabrics, I used santown for the lining, and for main fabric, I used cotton organza. So this is my first garment. It is an one-piece fish cut garment and with trails. So in this garment, I depicted the emphasis stator element with the panels. The garment is in panels and the circular form. And to enhance the look, I have hand painted it to give the emphasis theater kind of look. And to enhance the look, I have used glass beads and crystals as an embellishment on the garment. This is my second garment. It is also an one-piece garment within bottom cape. So in this garment, I tried to depict the pamukale element with the layering part, and I hand painted it to give the pamukale kind of look. I didn't went with the exact look, but I tried to give the layering thing, and I did embroidery on it as well as. And this cape can be detachable. And the trails are as well as detachable.
Okay, can you detach the cape and the trails, please?
Yes, sir.
Do that, please, quickly. And can you ask the models to come closer to the camera so that we can see the minute work that you've done? Just stay, please. Cameraman, can you just focus a little? नहीं, वो focus ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है. Please tell the cameraman to focus precisely on the details. There we are. Okay, thank you. Can we have the other model? The other one, please. Can you take out the trails? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Ikshit, I'm going to come to you quickly. I think we need your expertise on this.
Yeah, so overall, I think lovely collection. I would give some feedback first. So I think you should, I would have loved to see a little bit of more variance in color in the overall collection, because the challenge with, occasion wear like this becomes that if you constrict it to a color theme, it starts looking like very pageant, like stuff you wear for competitions and all of that. So that's one feedback. So some color would have really brought this alive very well. Also, occasion wear is not easy to cut, so embroider, put together, and I think you've done a great job with construction. Have you done this end to end all by yourself?
Yes, sir. I hand painted it, and even the embroidery I did it.
Okay, so
Hand stitched it,
that's
everything.
amazing. And what I really like about this is that it's versatile. I mean, it's occasion wear, yet it's versatile. So I love, I love statement pieces, but this also allows you to bring another lease of life to these clothes. You can take off your trails, you can take off pieces. So that's actually very well thought through. Maybe avoid doing too many panels that are horizontal on the body, because that doesn't suit every body type and could be a challenge. But overall, I mean, I really like this. And if you have done this end to end, so you just need to think a little bit about your color palette and things like that. And I think this could get somewhere really nice.
Absolutely. Wonderful. I'm going to quickly move on to Riddhi. Comments from your side, please.
I kind of agree with Ikshit. I think it's overall a very pleasant palette that you've gone in for. a little bit more of vibrancy could have been part of your color palette, so that it's more versatile like that, and also represents what you were trying to bring out a lot more. And for me, the construction was great, but I think a little more work on the silhouette could have happened, which I think was a little underwhelming. Otherwise, I think overall a great job.
Okay. Neeraj, coming to you.
Okay. So, hi Shima.
Hi, sir.
हाय सो बच्चे, आपको सबने बहुत अच्छे अच्छे पॉइंट्स बोले हैं, आपने अपनी मोटिवेशन को अपने हिसाब से इंटरप्रेट किया है, विच इज वेरी गुड. आपके स्केचेस बहुत अच्छे थे. I really like the direction that they were taking, though it was in the same color category, on the same color range, but the silhouettes were going very different. So which was making it very interesting. A few, pointers. I think construction और पैटर्न कटिंग पे थोड़ा सा और मेहनत करने की जरूरत है.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद जो है आपने जैसा कि हम लोगों ने ना पहले भी बहुत बार फीडबैक में बोला है that whenever you are embellishing a garment, you should always be a little bit careful to where you are embellishing it.
Okay.
So थोड़ा सा एक उस चीज पे ध्यान देने वाली बात है. एंड जहां तक आपने ये जब अपना ये हटाया ना, जो आपके हाथ में केप है,
जी.
हाँ. So then when I see it without, like we gave the feedback last time also to the other people who came before you, the moment you remove the cape and you remove the side panels that were there on the other garment, both of them somewhere are looking very similar to me.
Okay.
The base look is looking very similar, so one has to be very careful कि ये शायद ऐसा आपको करना चाहिए था कि जो आपने 6 sketches बनाए थे, because you are participating in a competition, you should have chosen कि 2 silhouettes बिल्कुल अलग अलग निकल के आए. अभी अगर आप भी टर्न अराउंड होके देखोगे ना, तो आपको भी लगेगा हाँ वो दोनों ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर से ही हैं. There is not that much of a difference. So we're not going to grade you on only the embellishments and the thing. We want to see somebody who's a full-fledged designer also, which was getting evident from the sketches, but somewhere here it kind of came under question. Okay, but decent effort. Congratulations on this. Thank you.
Okay, Madam Shorkar.
Hi. So first of all, congratulations on the color palette. Very fresh and looks nice. And you've also brought together fabric and embellishment, like nicely, and good tailoring too. And we would like to also compliment you on the hand painted bit. However, the looks are not very fashion. It did bordering on, like being very pageant wear like. So that's something that can be worked on. Also, I mean, did something happen to the styling? Because we can notice like one model without her shoes. Is she wearing the one on the...
No, actually, we ordered the shoes, but because it's heavily raining in Hyderabad, so we didn't receive the parcel.
Okay. And yeah, all the best.
Wonderful. Ananya, marks from your side, please.
I think I would score this 8.
8. Okay, 8. Neeraj, marks from you.
I'll give it a 7.5, please.
Okay, 7.5. So that's 15.5. Riddhi?
7.
Riddhi, 7?
7, yes.
Okay, so that's 22.5. And finally coming to Ikshit. Couldn't hear you. Your audio is not audio.
8.
8. So that's 8. So finally, the marks are 30.5 for you. Well, those are the marks for you. Shima, जो भी हमारे jury members ने आपसे कहा है, please उसे ध्यान रखिएगा. Quickly, I'm going to move on to NIFD Global Bhubaneswar with their interior presentation by Kamini Kumari. So Kamini Kumari, NIFD Global Bhubaneswar, if you are there and you can hear me, please start the presentation.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please start.
Good morning, jury members. I'm Kamini Kumari from NIFD Bhubaneswar. So my concept name is Dongshan Tanghang, which is a city, which is a Chinese style fashion. I took my inspiration from Beijing from China. From that city. I took two inspiration. The first one is the CCTV headquarter tower that features two L-shaped, which connects horizontal section. And the another one inspiration is
the place, which is a shopping mall. Shopping mall. Inside that shopping mall, under that bridge, a digital screen is there. From CCTV headquarter, मैंने लिया है ये इंस्पिरेशन ये स्ट्रक्चर बनाने के लिए. And my second inspiration is the place which is a digital. I use this. मैंने use किया है सीलिंग में. And मैंने इसे यूज किया है फॉर द शैंडलियर जो सपोर्ट देगा एंड वो लुक भी थोड़ा अच्छा दिखेगा. एंड देन आई यूज दिस हैंगिंग डिजिटल स्क्रीन बिकॉज वो मैं फील देना चाहती थी नाइट व्यू का बेटिंग का. तो इसलिए मैंने यूज किया था साइड डिजिटल स्क्रीन. तो प्लीज शो माय वर्क थ्रू
Okay,
प्रेजेंटेशन.
walk through. We'll come to the walk through later. Cameraman, आप जरा इसे अपने कैमरा को सीधा रखिएगा. Please tell the cameraman to hold the camera in alignment to the model. थोड़ा जी
Yes.
बस. And ask him not to move. थोड़ा नीचे आइए, थोड़ा सा नीचे. बस अभी यहीं पे रुकिएगा. Please do not move. मुझे ये बताइए कामिनी, आपके मॉडल्स कहाँ से आएंगे और कहाँ चलेंगे?
तो मेरे मॉडल्स यहाँ से आएंगे, पीछे स्ट्रक्चर के पीछे से आएंगे. एंड दे विल फिर वो यहाँ से स्ट्रेट होके एक स्फेरिकल मतलब हाफ सर्कुलर मूव करेंगे एंड देन दे विल एग्जिट फ्रॉम दैट.
ओके, तो बीच में ये जो आपने लैक्मे फैशन वीक जहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, जो सर्कुलर
पीछे से
रेक्टेंगल जो है, जी जी, तो ये इज इट स्टेशनरी, इज इट मूवेबल या कैसा है, क्या है ये?
सर कौन सा?
बीच वाला एकदम, ये जो जिसके पास मॉडल खड़ी है जी.
ये
हाँ जी
सर, ये वहीं पर है, ये
वहीं पर है.
मूवेबल नहीं है.
ओके, एंड लाइटिंग आपकी कहाँ पे होगी एग्जैक्टली? ड्रेस पे?
ड्रेस पे होगी, टॉप बीच वाले सीलिंग में होगी.
बीच वाले में होगी. ओके, और ये जो आपने हरे रंग की जो चीजें लगाई हुई हैं, ये एग्जैक्टली क्या है यहाँ पे?
ये एक्चुअली क्लाइंबर प्लांट्स होते हैं, वो चीज मैंने यूज किया, क्लाइंबर टाइप के प्लांट्स. तो उसी को, और यहाँ पर शैंडलियर हैंग होंगे. यहाँ
कहाँ पे होंगे?
यहाँ पे.
अच्छा,
तो यहाँ पे.
यहाँ पे हैंग होंगे जो अभी नहीं है.
ये सर,
तो मतलब मैं समझा नहीं कि जो चीज नहीं है वो आपने लगाई नहीं अभी, या लगाने वाली थी, क्या हुआ?
तो लगाई नहीं हो, सॉरी फॉर दैट, बट
नहीं, that is okay.
लगाएंगे वो.
हाँ, बिकॉज क्या है, जो चीज आप हमें दिखाएंगे, आपके मार्क्स उसी के ऊपर आपको दिए जाएंगे, नॉट कि आप क्या लगाने वाली थी. यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट?
ओके सर.
जी, सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट के बारे में बताइए प्लीज.
सीटिंग, ऑडियंस यहाँ बैठेंगी, यहाँ पर कैमरा एक एंगल में रहेंगे कि यहाँ से भी कैप्चर हो पाए, इस एंगल से भी कैप्चर हो पाए, इसलिए कैमरामैन यहाँ एंड मिडिल में and उस एंगल में रहेंगे.
ओके, 3 जगह पे आपका एक तरह से मीडिया पिट है, 3 places.
यस सर.
ओके, ठीक है. कुछ और कहना चाह रही हैं आप?
नो सर, माय वर्क थ्रू प्रेजेंटेशन.
Okay, can we have the walkthrough, please? Coffee. Okay, I think there is a काफी डिफरेंस है आपके वॉक थ्रू और आपका जो रियल आपने बनाया है. एनीवे, हम शुरू करते हैं. रिद्धि, कमेंट्स फ्रॉम योर साइड ऑन दिस फर्स्ट प्लीज.
Hi, Kamini. I think first I'll congratulate you because you've made like a extravagant set. बट मैं आपको कहना चाहूंगी कि आप कभी भी कोई भी प्रेजेंटेशन करें, पहले जो लैंग्वेज में आप कंफर्टेबल हैं आप उसी से शुरू करें,
जी
ठीक है, ताकि आप कॉन्फिडेंट साउंड करें जिसको भी आप प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, वो बहुत जरूरी होता है। तब आपके आइडियाज आप भी कॉन्फिडेंटली प्रेजेंट कर सकते हो। तो आई थिंक लैंग्वेज में प्रैक्टिस करना जरूरी है, वो आप ध्यान रखिएगा, वॉट एवर बी योर आइडिया। ओके, वो एक पहली चीज है। दूसरी, आपने बीजिंग चूज किया एज योर सिटी टू रिप्रेजेंट, करेक्ट, एंड देन यू वेंट इनटू अ हेडक्वार्टर एंड अ शॉपिंग मॉल। तो थोड़ा वो खिचड़ी हो गया इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हाट थीम यू हैड चोजन एंड हाउ यू वर ट्राइंग टू रिप्रेजेंट इट। सो आई थिंक जो आप चूज किए हैं ना, व्हाट यू वर ट्राइंग टू शो, उसमें थोड़ा इज शी देयर ऑन द कॉल?
yeah she's there, she can
ओके,
hear you.
तो जो आप चूज किए थे एंड आप जो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे थे, आई थिंक देयर इज अ बिग गैप, सो यू वर, आई थिंक वो थीम डिड नॉट कम थ्रू वेरी वेल। एंड थर्ड, आई थिंक जो आपने ब्लॉक बीच में रखा है फ्रंट में, that blocks the view for what's going on behind it. So there's always a lot of curiosity for the guy sitting in the front, what's going on behind, etc. So I think wo element per se may not be fitting in a context where you're trying to present design or showcase fashion. And fourth, I think those climbers that you had were also distracting in terms of blocking of view. And although I saw the chandeliers in the walkthrough, but I don't think they added the value of what you were trying to bring out per se, right? And the digital screens on the rampway still were okay, but having them around, I don't think added great value to the whole thing. So I think the play of the LED screens at the back was what made it look very attractive. But overall, I think जो theme आपने पकड़ा था and आप करना चाह रहे थे, वो that didn't come out in the whole design, right? So I won't even get into material and detailing point of view, because I think conceptually, I think it was a little वो आप नहीं कर पाए जो आप करना चाह रहे थे, is what I feel. हाँ?
Okay, जी Ikshit, coming to you please.
Yeah, so मेरे को थोड़ा स्ट्रगल हुआ आपका 3D देख के और आपका वॉक थ्रू देख के। आई थिंक देयर इज अ बिट ऑफ डिफरेंस देयर।
जी
आपका सेट काफी बड़ा लग रहा है, पर आपने उसको बहुत कंस्ट्रिक्ट कर दिया है। सो आप अपना मॉडल देखोगे, आपके पास ओपन स्पेस इतना है पीछे, बट आपने इतना क्लोज क्लॉस्ट्रोफोबिक सा एक सेट बना दिया है कि जब, और उस पे भी लाइक यू हर्ड अभी, उस पे भी देयर लॉट ऑफ ब्लॉकेजेस। सो देयर इज ओनली वन हीरो इन अ फैशन शो, दैट इज योर क्लोथ्स, दैट्स योर कलेक्शन. There is no other highlight in a fashion show. The set has to add to the core collection, the presentation that's going on. So you have to keep that in mind, and that's very important. So putting screens even beyond where people are sitting at the back of their head is not actually adding any value. Or big pillars or big creepers, anything that distracts you from taking great pictures, appreciating the clothes, is a big no-no. So I think that was my primary issue with this. So yeah, I mean, and in your set design, I think space always helps. आप अगर सीटिंग थोड़ा खुला रखो, थोड़ा पीछे रखो, थोड़ा ब्रीदिंग स्पेस दो, ताकि लोग कपड़े डिफरेंट distances से देख सकें. A show is also shot and broadcasted, so even for a camera to properly zoom in, zoom out, give some breathing, I think that is needed. But the use of screens at the back was very nice, because you want to give elements that can only take the fashion 2 steps ahead. So that's what I thought.
Okay, Neeraj, coming to you.
Okay, so hi Kamini.
Hello, sir.
Hi. बच्चे, ये सेट किसके लिए बनाया है? अपने लिए कि फैशन डिजाइनर के लिए?
तो फैशन वो गारमेंट्स शो करेंगे।
हाँ, तो हुआ प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जैसा आपको सबने बोला ना, और हमारी एक यहाँ पे घिसी पिटी एक स्टेटमेंट है, लेस इज मोर, आपने मोर ही मोर कर दिया। आपने इतने सारे एलिमेंट्स डाल दिए, और मैं अभी आपको टेक्निकली बताता हूं आप कहां गड़बड़ गए। आपने जो ट्रस के ऊपर आपने एलईडी पैनल्स ऐसे भी लगाए, लेंथ में भी लगाए और साइड्स में भी लगाए, राइट? हाँ
सर, साइड्स पे नहीं, बीच में ही लगा है।
बीच में लगाए, वो जो साइड में लगे हुए वो क्या है? पीछे जो लगे हुए हैं?
हाँ, ये सर डिजिटल
नहीं, ऊपर ट्रस के ऊपर जो हैंगिंग है, ये क्या है? ये एलईडी पैनल्स ही है ना?
हाँ, ये सर डिजिटल स्क्रीन है।
बच्चे नहीं, हाँ डिजिटल स्क्रीन, वही डिजिटल स्क्रीन ही। और आपके ये जो दिख रहे हैं जो ऐसे हैंगिंग है, अगर ट्रस ये है जो पीछे हैंगिंग भी दिख रहे हैं बिल्कुल सामने, वो भी वही है ना, डिजिटल स्क्रीन ही है।
यस सर।
आपको पता है एक एक डिजिटल स्क्रीन का वेट कितना होता है? और आपको पता है ट्रस एक ऐसी चीज है पूरे के पूरे सेट में जिसके ऊपर हम कम से कम, क्योंकि लाइट्स का इतना वेट होता है, म्यूजिक की वाइब्रेशन होती है, हमारी पूरी कोशिश होती है कि हम जितना कम से कम ट्रस के ऊपर और वेट डाल सकें। आपने इतने सारे स्क्रीन्स लगा दिए, सेंटर में भी, साइड्स में भी, you have made the whole structure, it can go very unstable. Operationally, big concern, big concern. दूसरा, जैसा कि आपको क्या कहते हैं, अभी इक्षित ने ही बोला और रिद्धि ने ही बोला कि ये आप सेट बना रहे हो एक फैशन डिजाइनर को कपड़े दिखाने के लिए। फैशन डिजाइनर के लिए बहुत जरूरी होता है कि जैसे ही मॉडल एंटर की, हर एक कैमरा उसको हर एंगल से शुरू से आखिर तक कैप्चर कर सके। आपने हेड रैम्प पे ही इतना बड़ा स्ट्रक्चर डाल दिया बीच में, हर कैमरा को वो सेंटर एंट्री ब्लॉक कर रहा है, हर कैमरा को। तो इसका मतलब जो 75% शो है वो तो कैप्चर हुआ ही नहीं, सिर्फ आगे जब वो स्ट्रक्चर के आए मॉडल्स तो वो 25% शो कैप्चर हुआ। क्यों कोई डिजाइनर इतना खर्चा करेगा जब उनको 100% शो भी नहीं मिल रहा है कैप्चरिंग के अंदर? That is why we keep saying again and again, creativity great, आइडिया सोचो, उसके बाद ऑपरेशनबिलिटी और बजट पे आ जाओ इमीडिएटली। सो दिस सेट इन टर्म्स फॉर अ फैशन शो, operationally and technically is a complete no-no. Nobody would ever go ahead and do a show unless or until they're getting a location free. वो फिर बोलेंगे अच्छा ठीक है सब कुछ मिल रहा है, चलो देखते हैं, मैं कैमरा कहीं साइड में लगा दूं, कहीं कर दूं कि एटलीस्ट मुझे पीछे का भी मिल जाए। बट हियर द कंपटीशन इज व्हाट डू यू ब्रिंग फोर्थ, showcasing that you have the understanding of how a fashion show functions. तो यहां पर वो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आई है। और ये ना बहुत ही कॉम्पोजिट सा थॉट नहीं लग रहा है। एक होता है ना, हमें एक चीज, एक थॉट है, एक आइडिया है, वो पूरा का पूरा एक लगना चाहिए। आपका एलईडी एक थॉट है, क्रीपर्स अलग थॉट है, शैंडिलियर एक अलग थॉट है, एवरीथिंग इज लाइक अच्छा मुझे ये अच्छा लगता है डाल देते हैं, ये अच्छा लगता है डाल देते हैं, ये अच्छा लगता है डाल देते हैं। दैट इज नॉट हाउ अ सेट शुड इज सपोज्ड टू बी मेड। एंड या आपने बोला कि जो आपका आगे का सीटिंग वाला पार्ट जो आपने बनाया है, दैट इज बेसिकली योर मीडिया पिट। वो सर्कल वो मीडिया वाला है ना, इट इज नॉट द सीटिंग, राइट? आगे जो है
तो एंगुलर में बैठेंगे, एंगुलर में
I think it's a combination of both. दोनों है. That's what she
but you
said.
can't have people there. You
हाँ.
cannot have people anywhere where the ramp begins from and to the ending of it. Because the moment the heads start coming in of people who are sitting and watching, big problem. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, and finally I come down to Ananya.
So we also felt that the set was very over-designed and there were too many like disparate elements just like sort of put together, and the inspiration from Beijing was also not very clear, I thought. And also just materiality wise, like the climbers and some of the other materials don't work out, like Neeraj also pointed out. And the central dome, yes, it hinders view. It'll not let the clothes, the ramp, the models walking on the ramp show very well. And I also felt like the media pit, the situation, like where you have placed them, it doesn't work out.
Okay. Marks from you, Ananya. शुरू करते हैं.
7.
7. Okay, that's 7. Neeraj.
7, please.
That's 14. Ikshit.
7, please.
That's 21. And finally, Riddhi.
7.
That's
Can
28.
I just tell Kamini something?
Yeah.
कामिनी, आप प्लीज बहुत डिसअपॉइंट मत होना, ये फीडबैक है और अच्छा करने के लिए, राइट? ये सब आप समझ के सोचिएगा कि आपने क्या गलती की है एंड उसको इम्प्रूव कीजिएगा, ना ही डिजेक्ट हो जाइएगा। ओके, दैट्स नॉट द इंटेंट ऑफ द फीडबैक।
जी, ओके। कामिनी, मैं आपसे ये सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ कि ये जो आपके ग्रीन कलर के क्रीपर्स हैं और बीच में जो बड़ा वाला है, क्या ये डिटैचेबल है, निकल सकता है या हाँ निकालिए। कैमरामैन को जरा पास लेके आइए। And please correct me if I'm wrong, Neeraj and Ikshit and Ananya.
Let's see it, because right now there are too many elements.
बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, तो ये ग्रीन जो है उसे आप निकाल दीजिएगा।
I think नहीं
निकलेगा। तो मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक वो जो क्रीपर्स हैं उसको निकाल दीजिए, और जो मेन रेक्टेंगल, हाँ जो मेन जो बड़ा वाला है जो एकदम सामने है उसे क्या वो निकल सकता है? कैमरामैन को बोलिए जरा पास में जाएं। कैमरामैन जरा जल्दी से पास में जाएं प्लीज, सो आई कैन मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन।
तो ये निकल नहीं सकता, ये पूरा
वो चिपका हुआ है।
वो चिपका हुआ
I
है.
don't think she can do it. But yeah, your point, Aman, is when you remove the creepers and the central one, I think it opens it up beautifully.
It opens up and maybe even जो बीच वाला rectangle का main जो लैक्मे जिसमें है,
It needs
क्या
to
वो
go.
निकलता है?
नहीं, she can't. She tried.
Can't, she's fixed it.
No.
That's the and the
कुछ नहीं
creeper.
निकल सकता. ठीक है. Anyway, जहां तक मैं जानता हूँ, I think इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें अगर आप निकाल देंगी, automatically बहुत जगह बन जाएगी and it will be still workable.
70% चीजें.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, 70% चीज है, as Neeraj said. Okay, so 28 marks, Kamini, and जैसे कि रिद्धि ने बताया कि please जो भी आपको बताया गया है, take it as with a little pinch of salt and work better for the next time. Anyway, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं.
एक
Again,
सेकंड
we are going
सॉरी
back to.
रिद्धि, अब एक काम करना. आपको
Yeah.
अमन ने जैसा आपको अमन सर ने बोला कि थोड़ा थोड़ा चीजें रिमूव करो, अब अपने हिसाब से इतनी मेहनत से ये मॉडल बनाया है, अब खुद को बोलो कि अगर इस पे शो होना है तो मैं इसमें से क्या क्या निकालूं कि इस पे एक शो हो सके. सारा फीडबैक आपके पास है, आपकी लर्निंग वो है. ठीक है? ओके,
चलिए बढ़िया. Okay, we're going to move to NIFD Global Bhubaneswar once again, and this is a fashion presentation by Amreen Fatma and Neelam Soy. NIFD Global Bhubaneswar, and after this I want NIFD Global Gurugram to be ready with the next presentation. इस समय this is the third round with the fashion presentation by Amreen Fatma and Neelam Soy, NIFD Global Bhubaneswar. अगर आप लोग ready हैं, please start your presentation quickly. Can we have the models? Thank you. Amreen and Neelam, please start. शुरू कीजिए. Yes, please start.
Good morning, members. This is me, Amreen Fatma. This is Neelam Soy. As our concept was modern architecture, so we got inspired from the Louis Vuitton store. To maintain the grandeur of the store, we have taken fabrics like silk, organza, and satin to create an evening wear. To replicate the shine of the store, we have used sequins in our surface, and secondly, the surface work which we have used in our garments are machine embroidery, applique, and sequence hand embroidery. Okay, next, let's get to the garment. So our first garment is off-shoulder, asymmetrical, bell contains a bell sleeve on it, and in the cup area we have pleated the fabric with the fabric of silk. To keep that sustainability and recycle, we have used these strips to create a curve like allocated dragon texture to create that curves and wings like texture. And secondly, at the back we have done to create that shine. We have used sequence to give that blink to our garment. And secondly, our second garment is of the gown, which has a wing attached to it. And again, here we have added a sequence.
एक सेकेंड. Are you wearing the? आप एक ही ईयरफोन आपने पहन रखा है, दूसरा कहाँ है?
Yes, it's with.
हाँ.
Shall I take it?
Is she going to talk or या वो कुछ
No.
बोलेंगी?
Right now, I'm going to speak.
Okay, so take the earphone from her.
Okay.
जी, अब explain कीजिएगा.
ओके, तो सेकेंड वाला हमने ये वाला ड्रैगन की विंग्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने ये वाला विंग्स क्रिएट किया है थ्रू वायर टू क्रिएट इट टू गिव अ शेप. वी हैव एडेड अ वायर टू इट. एंड सेकेंडली हियर ड्रैगन के टेक्सचर पे जैसे हम साइड में इट्स अ लिटिल बोल्डर कलर टू add that bold and shine bold to the garment. We have used this machine embroidery technique to add to highlight basically. Okay, then here is our collection.
Okay, wonderful. Can we have one of both the models come to the camera closer one by one? एक एक करके. Cameraman, please pick up the camera. Go closer. Cameraman, please pick up the camera and go closer to what they've made. Can you please go closer, cameraman? जी. Ask the model to do a 360, please. Ask the model to do a 360 degrees. We do this every time. Turn around, please. Thank you. Okay, the other one, the other model. Please turn around. Okay, I think Ikshit, I'm going to start with you. I'm sure there are a lot of comments that you have for this.
Yeah, so first, I would congratulate on the hard work. This looks like a lot of work, so I'm sure you're very proud. You've spent many hours putting this together. But there's a lot of critical feedback that I would also share with you. First is that, there is just too much happening here. You need to find one thing that really speaks in a garment most usually, unless you're a very maximalist kind of a designer, and run with it, and add your signature to it. So the trick thing with such kind of aesthetic is that there is a very thin line between costume and fashion, and I see that getting blurred hugely here. So be very careful with that. And it's just very difficult to rest your eye on one thing in this collection. Actually, something that is very good is I loved some of your other silhouettes that you have sketched out. They are actually very fresh and very different. And if conceived from a more modern sort of a fabric textile point of view, they could become very edgy and contemporary. You had one look, with a lot of flames and edges. It was like a dress, A-line dress. Imagine that in denim, and it just transforms the whole look. So if you want to be in that space, if you want to be that kind of designer, then you will have to work a bit harder in seeing what your materials are, in what your aesthetic and signature is, and how do you own it, make it work, and all of that. So yeah, I mean, the biggest feedback is less is more, like Neeraj said, and it will keep popping now through the session today and for next few days. But yeah, less is more, and fixate on one thing and make it work. That's my
Okay.
feedback.
So honestly, what you're trying to say is कि जितना कम कर सकते थे, बहुत सारी चीजें एक साथ इस समय हो रही हैं.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to come to you, Riddhi. Comments from your side, please.
Hi, Amreen and Neelam. I think you picked out one element from the building and you've tried to replicate that. I think the idea is to get inspired and not mimic. I think there's a thin line there. I think you should think about it a lot more when you're trying to seek inspiration. So that's one. Second, I think you've tried to use 2, 3 or more kinds of fabric together. I think they don't marry well together. They don't complement each other very well. To a point where it starts looking like a performance costume on stage. Like the gold bit especially makes it to the level of being a little tacky over the rest of it, which is supposed to look more classy. I think your choice of fabrics need to be more on point like that. And third, the whole square pleat detailing with the rest of the, it becomes a very wide sort of a detail with the rest of it being very intricate. So I think the kind of detailings also don't work with each other very well, in my opinion. So I think these 2, 3 things, if you can keep in mind, and the colors also. There's a navy blue, there is a very light sky blue, then there's that gold. I think they don't marry well with each other. So I think your choice of fabrics and colors and the type of detailing need to come together well. And yeah, inspiration doesn't mean mimic. So you should remember that as well, I think.
Ji. Neeraj, coming to you.
Hi Amreen, hi Neelam. Hello. सुनाई दे रहा है आपको? Okay, great. So बच्चे मैं रिपीट नहीं करूंगा जो आपको इक्षित सर ने बोला और रिद्धि मैम ने बोला, ठीक है? मैं यहाँ पर सिर्फ ये बात बोलना चाहूंगा कि आपकी मेहनत दिख रही है. आपने अपनी तरफ से कोशिश की है, जितनी आपकी समझ है, जितना आपको समझ में आया, आपने उतनी कोशिश की है. स्केचेस किसने बनाए थे?
सर
आपने
like the digital one?
डिजिटल वंस, या
Okay, वो भी
किसने बनाए थे बच्चे? सुनाई नहीं दे रही आपकी आवाज.
तो फैकल्टी ने हेल्प किया था हमें बनाने.
फैकल्टी ने बनाया है ना, वो
हेल्प किया था हमें.
हाँ, वो देख के, क्योंकि जो स्केच 4 और स्केच 5 था ना, वो देखते ही मुझे लगा, आई सेड यू नो व्हाट, ये तो बहुत ही अच्छा है, बहुत ही नया है, हमने कभी ऐसा देखा ही नहीं है. और जिस तरह से आपने बोला था एलवी स्टोर से आपकी मोटिवेशन है, वो बहुत ही खूबसूरती से आ रहा था उसके अंदर। तो प्रॉब्लम ये हो गई कि शायद आपके मेंटोर्स, मैं वहीं पे आने वाला था, कि आपके मेंटोर्स ने आपको स्केचिंग तक हेल्प किया, लेकिन उसके बाद जो आपको हैंड होल्डिंग मेन चाहिए थी ना, इससे पहले वाले जो डिजाइनर को दुआ आए था ना, उनको इक्षित ने फीडबैक भी दिया था कि स्केचेस जो बनाते हो उसको इंप्लीमेंट कर जब आप लुक बनाते हो, आप कलेक्शन चेंज हो जाती है, सब कुछ फर्क आ सकता है, बट आपके केस में आपको शायद स्केचेस से बिल्कुल स्टिक ऑन होके चलना चाहिए था, क्योंकि वो आपके स्केचेस इतने अच्छे बने हुए थे। तो आई रियली विश कि जो मेंटोर्स हैं आपके इंस्टीट्यूट में, वो आपके साथ आगे तक आते, क्योंकि मुझे यहां पर, अगर मैं एक बेसिक एक आपको बताना चाहूं ना, गोल्ड with this blue is a complete no-no for the way that you have used. It is not fashion. वो हो ये गया कि आप लोगों को थोड़ा उसको इवनिंग वेयर बनाना था, थोड़ा ग्लिटरी बनाना था। मैं कह रहा हूं कोई बेसिक सेंसिबिलिटी कहती ना, आप मैट सिल्वर के साथ जाते। आई एम जस्ट हाईलाइटिंग समथिंग हियर। सो थोड़ा सा एक सेंसिबिलिटी, थोड़ा हैंड होल्डिंग, और बिकॉज देयर वाज नो हैंड होल्डिंग, पैटर्न्स हैव गॉन रॉन्ग, कंस्ट्रक्शन तो हैज गॉन मेजरली रॉन्ग, इट इज लुकिंग कॉस्ट्यूमिश, जैसा आपको रिद्धि ने बोला। सो मेहनत आपने बहुत की है, वो दिख रहा है, पर वो मेहनत किसी ठीक डायरेक्शन में नहीं हुई है, प्रॉब्लम सारी ये हो गई। तो अपनी फैकल्टी को मेरी तरफ से स्केच 4 और 5 के लिए कंग्रेचुलेशंस बोलना, उसके आगे कुछ नहीं है। थैंक यू।
Okay. Ananya, coming to you.
Hi, Amreen and Neelam. So we also felt similarly that too much was happening, and the costumes. I mean, the designs right now, as a result, look costumey and very theatrical. And also the materials, they look somewhat synthetic, and the finishing. I mean, it's giving off this very plasticky finish. So trying to make like a maximalist overstatement, I think the actual statement is it has been lost. That's what we felt. And also, I think this claim of sustainability, I don't think you even finished that sentence when you was trying to say just trying to make it sustainable. So again, sustainability is something that should be claimed only when it has been completely established, because it's a very tricky word to use.
Okay, let's start with the marks. Ananya.
I think they're saying something.
आपको जो माइक है, ईयरफोन्स हैं, दोनों एक साथ में लेके बोलने पड़ेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं सुनाई देगा।
हम जो लेफ्ट आउट पीसेस थे हमारे, हमने उसको रिसाइकल करने का कोशिश किया, लाइक नीचे पे, और ये सारा जो कर्व्स देने के लिए वो लेफ्ट आउट पीसेस में ही हमने रिसाइकल करने का कोशिश किया है।
Okay, wonderful. जी, Ananya, marks from you, please.
7.
7. Neeraj, marks from you.
7, please.
7. That's 14. Ikshit, marks from you.
7.5.
7.5. So 21.5, and finally Riddhi.
7.
7. That's 28.5. तो ये आपके marks हैं. This is Amreen and Neelam. I'm sure बहुत सारी चीजों के बारे में हमारे जजेस ने यहाँ पे इस समय आपसे कहा है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द मेंटर्स, द फैकल्टी हेड्स, प्लीज अगर आप हेल्प कर रहे हैं तो इट शुड बी ऑल द वे. Anyway, I'm going to move on quickly to NIFD Global Gurugram, and this is an interior presentation by Ronit Sharma. Ronit Sharma, NIFD Global Gurugram. Please start if you're there.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please start.
Hello, judges. I am Ronit, and today I'm presenting my set design for Lakme Fashion Week. This set is inspired from Santorini. As a kid, I always wanted to visit Santorini because of its unique characteristics of city built-in curves. This set is designed to enhance the overall experience of the Lakme Fashion Week, as the backdrop is designed by taking inspiration from Santorini's iconic architecture, serving a dual purpose, not only reflecting the essence of Santorini, but also providing functionality of dynamic screening and projection. The choice of white backdrop is intentional, as it provides perfect canvas for screening and projecting designers' creative journey. By projection, we can create we can get sunset-like experience on the backdrop, adding warmth and effect to the show. So that the idea of bringing Santorini sunset can be fulfilled. The curvilinear seating arrangement provides our audience an unobstructed view for the runway, and the dual runway design provides flexibility in choreography, enables our model to explore variety of walking patterns to showcase their garments. If we talk about material, I have used plywood, lime wash, clay, and stone textured vinyl flooring. The lights will be attached to the thrust, and there will be additional light on the curvilinear seating arrangement and on the central runway, and some lights to highlight the backdrop. I have brought sustainability with my material and by using organic natural shapes. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ट्रस्ट पे जो लाइटिंग है वो किस हिसाब से होगी ये जरा बताएं.
Well,
ट्रस्ट के ऊपर हाँ.
there will be stage lighting like focal light, like track light on the thrust, on the ceiling.
On the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah.
हाँ, कुछ और ऐड करना चाह रहे हैं आप?
No, sir.
Okay, fair enough. Chaliye, let's come to Riddhi straight away. Riddhi, I need your comments on this, please. What do you feel? Okay, Riddhi is not there. I'm going to quickly come to, let's start with you, Ikshit, by the time she comes back.
Is there a walkthrough or?
We'll come to the walk. There is no walkthrough on this.
Okay.
Okay, Riddhi is back. I'm going to start with Riddhi. Riddhi, comments from you, please.
Hi, Ronit. Congratulations.
Hello,
on that. I think you've done a great job of bringing out the essence of Santorini to us on this set.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations that you didn't put the blue with the white to make it stereotype. I think that's very intelligent and smart.
Thank you.
I like how you've kept it very subtle, with just some organic shapes, and it's not screaming out loud that you've put 10,000 elements and you're trying to make everything look like Santorini. So
yes, ma'am.
I love the organic shapes. I love the use of lime plaster. I think it's very intelligent to do vinyl flooring because it's quicker. It's also cheaper to do that. It's not super expensive. I like the kind of steps that come down, so you can bring your models down from that, create like an arena and mystic sort of a thing, which is also to do with Santorini, I think.
Yes.
You've used those kind of elements very smartly and intelligently. So I think, yes, I don't have any like crude criticism about what you've done. I think you've brought Santorini to us, and I think you've done it beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I also personally feel it looks very clean and very open. Anyway, I'm going to come to Ikshit.
Yeah, I love this set. I think this looks like something that is truly collaborative as from a designer point of view, because you have given me just enough to, you have to keep in mind that, you know, as designers, we serve a purpose, and that is to collaborate with somebody and make something alive, you know, come alive and be ready for feedback.
Yes,
now
sir.
with this set, you know, I feel it's open. It has a lot of stuff that I can, you know, for my designs, customize to. I can give you feedback. We can build on together. This is feedback point, you know, other than what you just heard. So I love that this is about it. It's very modular design. You know, we can really make this to suit the theme. I think one input is that, you know, push the creativity a little. I mean, that's a challenge when you present something simple, chic, aesthetic, you know, nice to look at. So you could push things a little bit here and there and bring your signature to it. But otherwise, I love how, you know, this is open. This is so much space to do so many things in a creative manner that you introduced it perfectly as not as a set, but as a backdrop. Those were your first few words. So I love the direction of this work.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wonderful. I'm going to come to Neeraj.
Hi, Ronit.
Hello, sir.
Hi. So, Bache, the first look of it is beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
It really looks nice. It looks classy. It looks nice. It looks like a fashion show can happen here. A designer would be very happy, just like Ikshit ne aapko bola. So
Yes, sir.
you have thought all of that. Now comes the real feedback. Okay. Pehla sawal. The good thing is the flooring. I really
Yes,
love
sir.
the way that the flooring is seen. बच्चे ये कौन से आपके ये हैं फ्लावर्स कौन से हैं?
Sir, bougainvillea.
बोगनविला है, तो इतना रिसर्च
Yes,
किया
sir.
था ना कि सैंटोरिनी में बोगनविला होता है.
Yes, sir.
गुड, दैट्स द रीजन.
It is also available in India. That's why.
दैट्स शाबाश, इसका मतलब फीडबैक पहले का सुना है. वेरी गुड. ओके, नाउ बच्चे दूसरी चीज जो है, आपने बोला प्रोजेक्शन ऑन द
Yes,
वॉल.
sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
at Lakme Fashion, I'm not saying that you cannot use a projector, but you know that at Lakme Fashion Week, we do have these LED screens, which can
Yes, sir.
also bring about the same visual that you're trying to bring through projection, and projector is an expensive thing.
Yes,
To
sir.
add on to that, now comes the main question. ये जो आपने पीछे वॉल बनाया है, ये
हाँ जी सर.
कौन से मटेरियल का बनाया है और इसका स्टेबिलिटी का आपने कैसे ख्याल रखा है?
Sir, this backdrop.
हाँ, ये हाँ.
Sir, this will be made from lime wash. Like we will make the base first, then we will add clay to make this uneven texture. Then we add lime wash to it.
ये तो एक्सथेटिक हुआ. मैं पूछ
हाँ
रहा हूँ
जी सर.
स्टेबिलिटी, क्योंकि आपने साइड में स्टेप्स दिए हैं ना, तो
हाँ
इसका
जी सर.
मतलब उस वॉल के पीछे से मॉडल्स चढ़ रहे हैं.
Sir, the main entryway will be this one,
So what
and
are those steps for?
we can use that stairs for multiple purposes, such
Right.
as we can use it for entry of the showstopper, and we can also place different models on each step.
मैं वही आपको बोल रहा हूँ. मॉडल या कोई भी शो स्टॉपर हो, मॉडल हो, ह्यूमन बॉडी उसके ऊपर से चल के आने वाली है.
Yes, sir.
अगर उसके ऊपर से चल के आने वाली है, दैट मीन्स दैट स्ट्रक्चर नीड्स टू बी स्टेबल. लाइक एंड हाउ? दूसरी चीज, जब आप ऐसा कोई सेट बनाते हो तो आपके वेन्यू की हाइट कितनी है बच्चे?
Sir, this will be 16 feet.
ये 16 नहीं, वेन्यू की हाइट कितनी है अगर आपको ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर बनाना है?
Venue.
हाँ जी.
Sir, the actual height will be 16 feet.
16 feet of what? Of the venue या 16 feet of your structure?
Of the backdrop.
Structure. तो जिस
Yes, sir.
जगह पे आप शो कर रहे हो,
हाँ जी
ये
सर.
ऑफ साइड शो है, ओपन में हो रहा है कि क्लोज डोर्स में हो रहा है?
Sir, this can be adaptable for both, but we are doing it indoor. We have
इंडोर है,
brought
वही मैं
yes,
पूछ रहा
sir.
हूँ. तो इंडोर जहां पे कर रहे हो उसकी हाइट कितनी है? मेरा
16
रीजन है
feet for
पूछने
the
का.
backdrop.
बच्चे वो तो हो गया. अब जहां
हाँ जी
पे
सर.
आप ये बना रहे हो उसकी हाइट तो ज्यादा होनी पड़ेगी ना. अगर आप 16 फुट का, इसीलिए मैं पूछ रहा हूं क्योंकि आपने वो सोचा ही नहीं है. 16 फीट अगर आपके स्ट्रक्चर की हाइट है,
हाँ
उसके
जी सर.
ऊपर मेल फीमेल कोई भी मॉडल होगा, वो आजकल हील्स पहन के सब 6 फुट 1-2 इंच जाते हैं. 6
हाँ जी
फुट
सर.
1-2 इंच आपके 16 फुट के ऊपर गए, 22 फुट ये हुआ. आपको लाइटिंग की ट्रस भी लगानी है, आपको लाइटिंग की ट्रस से भी आपको स्ट्रक्चर के बीच में गैप देना है.
Yes,
This
sir.
kind of a setup is only possible in a venue which will have a height of minimum 45 to 50 feet. Minimum 50 ही पकड़ो.
Yes, sir.
ये आपने नहीं सोचा था ना? सच सच जवाब देना.
नहीं सर.
नहीं सोचा था. इसीलिए, बिकॉज बच्चे ये पूरा का पूरा जो प्लेटफॉर्म है ना, डिजाइन कार्निवल, ये सिर्फ हमारे जजिंग के लिए नहीं है, ये फीडबैक देने के लिए है, ताकि जो भी लोग देख रहे हैं और जो आप लोग भी काम कर रहे हो, आप पूरा, अगेन कमिंग बैक टू माय घिसा-पिटा वर्ड, ऑपरेशनली सोचो. क्रिएटिविटी इज वन थिंग, ऑपरेशनली थिंकिंग इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आप इसको एक 25 फुट के हाइट के वेन्यू में बना दोगे, मॉडल क्या, कोई मतलब कुछ बन ही नहीं पाएगा, कुछ हो ही नहीं पाएगा वहां पे. यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? कमिंग नाउ टू द अदर थिंग, आपने जो शो लाइट्स बोले, आपने बोले नीचे लगाए हैं, आप ट्रस लाइटिंग दे रहे हो कि नहीं दे रहे हो?
Sir, this one.
ये
नहीं,
तो
जहां
आपने नीचे
बैठे
लगाए. जो ट्रस लग रही है कि नहीं लाइट्स की, जो शो के लिए लाइट्स.
Sir, there will be truss. There will be lights attached to the truss.
ट्रस ना, वो क्योंकि वो आपने
Yes,
दिखाया
sir.
नहीं है इधर,
Yes, sir.
तो वो हमारे को ट्रस लाइटिंग नहीं दिखा है. फिर उसके बाद जो है, हाँ, और जहां तक बात रही प्रोजेक्टर की, प्रोजेक्शन के लिए भी इतनी बड़ी वॉल पे हमें प्रोजेक्टर बहुत दूर लगाना पड़ता है, ताकि मॉडल्स के ऊपर प्रोजेक्शन ना आए व्हेन मॉडल्स आर वॉकिंग. So
Yes, sir.
all these pointers need to be very, very carefully thought of when you bring on something new. ठीक है? तो सब कुछ
Yes,
सोचो.
sir.
Aesthetically you are there. Operationally you are there 50%. But 50% major lack, क्योंकि आपने वो सब मेन चीजें तो सोची ही नहीं. ठीक है? But an
Yes,
interesting
sir.
effort, no doubt about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Sorry,
sir.
time on this, Aman, but it was important to kind of give the feedback on
No,
it.
no, it's very, very important because honestly speaking, इवन एज एक्टर्स क्रिएटिवली हम सोचते बहुत सारी चीजें हैं कि हम कैमरा के सामने जाके ये परफॉर्म कर लेंगे, वो कर लेंगे, लेकिन इवेंचुअली जब कैमरा के सामने हम पहुंचते हैं, वी आर फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट टाइम, we are fighting against, there are 250 people standing around us, we have to take the spot, we have to take the lighting, and we need to perform. And supposedly if an actor has just lost somebody in the family, he has to do a comedy scene. And if there is a lot of comedy happening at home, you need to come and cry in front of the camera. So eventually जब आप कैमरा के सामने पहुंच के परफॉर्म करते हैं, life is completely different.
Exactly.
And that's what goes to both the fashion and the interior presenters. आप जो सोच रहे हैं, incredible work, but जब वो आप उसे बना के सामने लेके आएंगे, that is where it really matters.
Exactly.
That is where the point is.
Yes.
Ananya, comments from your side, please.
Yes, so congratulations, Ronit, on a great, good-looking set design, and
Thank you, ma'am.
in terms of design, in terms of aesthetics, very on point. And I think both of us, we feel that it's very collaborative, and for a fashion designer and also for an audience member to be a part of. And in terms of like the technical elevation that this design needs, I think with the right kind of mentorship, you'll be able to do that.
Okay,
ma'am.
Let's start with the marks. Ananya?
We would like to score a 9.
A 9. Wow, that's lovely marks. Ikshit, coming to you.
9 again.
9 2s are 18. Neeraj, coming to you. Okay, you want to think about it? I'm going to go to Riddhi and come back. Riddhi, marks from you.
9.5.
9.5. Wow.
Thank you.
That's nice. 27.5. So finally, Neeraj.
7.5, please.
7.5. Okay. Well,
Thank you, sir.
Finally, ये कितना functional है? Neeraj is down there. He's right there to tell you exactly. So eventually the marks total are 35 for you. A great effort. I think the way the model looks is absolutely beautiful. It's clean, it's simple. लेकिन Neeraj here feels कि finally practicality की अगर बात आती है, then there is a lot that has to be still be done here. Anyway,
and more than that, my problem was, Aman, that Ronit didn't think on those lines. I wish he had thought on those lines and he had answers for that. That was my problem.
I suppose maybe sometimes you kind of get carried away. जब आपको लगता है कि creatively ये कितना खूबसूरत लग रहा है, but जब आप काम करने जाते हैं तो आपको मालूम पड़ता है कि अरे भाई इसमें तो, and honestly speaking, when you calculated the height all the way up is when I realized, oh my God, कि ऊपर वाला roof कितना, it's more like a stadium.
Exactly.
It has to be as huge as that.
It needs to be a Geo World Convention Center.
Or it has to be an outdoor station otherwise.
Or it is or an open. इसीलिए मैंने आपको मौका भी दिया.
Yeah, I think
मैंने आपको मौका भी दिया. Indoor है कि outdoor है? Indoor है. ऐसे फंस गया.
Anyway,
Sir, it is adaptable for both use.
तो मैंने आपको पूछा, आपने कहाँ का पूछा? आपने बोला indoor. तो आप वहाँ फंस गए. Outdoor होते तो बच जाते हैं.
Anyway, आपके marks बहुत ही बढ़िया हैं. So 35 marks for you, Ronit. I think great creativity. Let's move on quickly. We are going to move to the fashion presentation again by NIFD Global Gurugram, and this is Poonam Rani and Bharti Goyal. Poonam and Bharti with the fashion presentation by NIFD Global Gurugram. इसके बाद I'm going to request NIFD Global Nashik to be ready with their fashion presentation by Yashika and Shatakshi. Okay, fashion presentation by Poonam and Bharti, NIFD Global Gurugram. If you're ready, please start your presentation. जी, शुरू कीजिए.
नमस्कार जजेस, मेरा नाम है पूनम और मेरा नाम है भारती. हमारे कलेक्शन की इंस्पिरेशन मुझे मेरे ननिहाल से मिली. बचपन से ही मेरा बहुत बार जयपुर जाना हुआ. जैसे कि हम सब जानते ही हैं, जयपुर बहुत ही सुंदर सिटी है और इसमें बहुत ही
Okay, we can hear you. Please keep talking. अगर नहीं सुन पाएंगे, हम आपको बता देंगे. Please do not change these earphones. जी, बोलिए.
हमारी कलेक्शन की इंस्पिरेशन मुझे मेरे ननिहाल से मिली.
बचपन से ही मेरा बहुत बार जयपुर जाना हुआ। जैसे कि हम सब लोग जानते ही हैं, जयपुर बहुत ही सुंदर सिटी है और उसमें बहुत ही सुंदर सुंदर पैलेसेस है। उन्हीं पैलेसेस में से एक है हवा महल, जिसको हमने अपनी इंस्पिरेशन चूज किया है और अपने कलेक्शन को एडवर्ड हवा महल नाम दिया है। हमारी कलेक्शन में हमने पिंक टेराकोटा शेड को यूज किया है, जो कि हवा महल की शेड है।
और जयपुर की फेमस कला ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग को हमने एज ए क्राफ्ट अपने गारमेंट में यूज किया है और हवा महल के सुंदर झरोकों को दिखाने के लिए हमने एम्ब्रॉयडरी कटवर्क का यूज किया है।
ये हमारा पहला गारमेंट है, जो कि एक टू पीस गारमेंट है। इसमें हमने ओपन
ओके, अभी आप ईयरफोन को जरा उनसे ले लीजिएगा अगर आप बोल रही हैं।
यस
जी, अभी बोलिए। और मॉडल को लेके कैमरा के पास आइए, so you can explain it together.
यस
Quickly, please. जी, एक्सप्लेन कीजिए।
सो सर, दिस इज अवर फर्स्ट गारमेंट, जो कि एक टू पीस गारमेंट है। इसमें हमने ओपन शोल्डर टॉप बनाया है, जिसमें हमने सेंटर पार्ट में एम्ब्रॉयडरी की है और उसके अराउंड हमने ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग की है। ट्यूलिप स्लीव को वेरिएट करके हमने स्लीव बनाई है, जिसमें हमने ब्लॉक प्रिंटेड बॉर्डर के साथ लेस को अटैच किया है। बॉटम में हमने स्प्रेडेड नाइफ प्लीटेड स्कर्ट बनाई है, जिसमें हमने ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग और एम्ब्रॉयडरी के मोटिव्स को प्लीट्स के अकॉर्डिंगली सेट किया है। और वेस्ट लाइन और हेमलाइन पे हमने ब्लॉक प्रिंटेड के बॉर्डर्स यूज किए हैं और लेसेस और पाइपिंग का यूज हमने वर्क को एनहांस करने के लिए किया है।
जी, शुरू कीजिए, द नेक्स्ट वन।
ये है हमारा दूसरा गारमेंट, जो कि एक जंपसूट है। इसके नेक पर हमने बैंड कॉलर दिया है। सेंटर पार्ट पे हमने एम्ब्रॉयडरी दी है, जो कि बैक योक तक जाती है। स्लीव्स के सेंटर पार्ट पे हमने एम्ब्रॉयडरी दी है। फ्लेयर्ड शॉर्ट्स है, जिसपे हमने ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग डेवलप किया है। साइड में बिग पॉकेट है, जिसपे हमने एम्ब्रॉयडरी की है। इसको इनहेंस करने के लिए हमने पाइपिंग का यूज किया है। दोनों पार्ट्स को ज्वाइन करने के लिए हमने वेस्ट बेल्ट का यूज किया है और इसको फंक्शनल बनाने के लिए हमने सेंटर जिपर का यूज किया है।
Can you ask the model to turn around 360 degrees, come closer to the camera? एक एक करके कैमरा के पास आइए, कैमरा के पास आइए प्लीज। कैमरा कम क्लोजर टू द कैमरा प्लीज। उन्हें बताइएगा कि कैमरा के पास आइए या कैमरामैन को बोलिए पास जाएंगे दिखाने के लिए। ओके, द नेक्स्ट मॉडल प्लीज, आगे आइए। नेक्स्ट मॉडल, कैन वी हैव द नेक्स्ट मॉडल? क्विकली कम फॉरवर्ड प्लीज।
ओके सर, ओके सर।
आगे आइए जी। Okay, thank you. Ikshit, I'm going to start with you. What do you feel? Ikshit.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please start.
Yeah. Congratulations. I think it's a great inspiration translated into a relatively fresher design direction, I feel, because we see a lot of inspiration from, Hawa Mahal or other palaces, and they most often than not translate into embroidery. So I love that you have actually taken the idea of lace, which is jali, and then, Hawa Mahal is all windows. And I think that sort of is very romantic to see. Some bit of feedback is that I think, what you could have definitely worked on is that be not so literal also. Like your color theme is pink and pink. So, some variation could have helped. Some shades could have helped. So that's something that I would be careful about. Also, your choice of textile. What is this fabric? आपने कौन सा कपड़ा use?
Sir, this is cotton silk.
Okay, right. So, also when you're talking about Hawa Mahal, for example, and this is my interpretation, but, you're talking about airiness, you're talking about lightness, you're talking about wind. So I would have loved to see this in, on lighter fabrics with some flow in it. It would have added that the delicateness to the whole presentation, which I feel, would have just twisted this into a whole new direction.
Sir, can I speak?
बोलिए
Sir,
please.
हमने जो cotton silk fabric लिया, क्योंकि
हवा महल एक रॉयल पैलेस है और हमने अपने कलेक्शन को एक रॉयल्टी की तरफ लेके जाने की कोशिश की। सो हमने
राइट।
एंड
सो
में क्या बोला आपने? आखिर में
हेलो,
क्या बोला?
हमने कॉटन सिल्क फैब्रिक को यूज किया है जो कि एक रॉयल फैब्रिक है।
ओके,
राइट।
ठीक है।
सो मैं वही फिर से कहूंगा जी कि एक होती है
यस सर।
इंस्पिरेशन, आपका इंटेंट, बट
यस।
कई बार जब आप उसको ट्रांसलेट करते हो कपड़े में तो आपको उसको डायरेक्शन को फ्लेक्सिबल रखना पड़ता है। आपको फाइनल आउटपुट भी देखना है। आप रॉयल्टी और एलिगेंस बहुत अलग चीजों से भी आप उसको, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप इसको सिल्क ऑर्गेन्जा में करते हो तो इट इज एज रॉयल, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ यू ट्रीट द फैब्रिक। एंड आई थिंक माई लास्ट फीडबैक इज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ एडिटिंग कुड हैव हैपेंड। अभी आपके दोनों लुक्स में बहुत ज्यादा डिटेलिंग है। Again, it's towards the opulent maximalist sort of aesthetic. थोड़ा सा एडिटिंग बैलेंस हो सकता था, स्पेशली ऑफ द स्लीव्स ऑफ द फर्स्ट लुक एंड इवन इन द स्लीव्स ऑफ द सेकंड लुक। सो अपने आपके पास जो ट्रिक्स इन द बैग है ना, उसको थोड़ा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करिए अपने पूरे कलेक्शन में। डोंट पुट ऑल योर कार्ड्स इन वन लुक और टू लुक्स जस्ट बिकॉज यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट इट टुडे। But I loved your the deck you had presented. I think the garments look very stunning on there. They reminded me of Zimmerman from Australia. So a lot of potential. थोड़ा सा experiment करो, textiles को understand करो, fabrics को understand करो, understand how do they translate from a sketch to a garment, and also how do they move on the body. So
Okay.
otherwise, I
sir.
love, this is a very fresh take, I feel, to the idea of a inspiration from a palace.
Okay, wonderful. Riddhi, coming to you quickly.
Yeah.
Comments from your side, please.
Hi, Poonam and Bharti. I think few of my comments overlap with Ikshit's comments. But other than that, I think your fabric choice and the cut choice don't work very well on the skirt and the top, particularly. I think on the jumpsuit, it still works out. So I think you could mix and match more fabric there, or choose a different cut if you really want to use a particular fabric. Second, I think the lace work, although very unique, I would say, but again, I think the proportioning of the lace work doesn't work with the kind of styling of the, garment that you've chosen. I think they don't complement the garment. Like you see the sleeves of the jumpsuit. I think the lace work is too large and gaudy on that, versus something more intricate or a little more minimal would work better there, I feel, right? The color palette of your deck was very fresh, I think. I think you used a lot of peach in there rather than pink, which is what I was expecting when your models would have come on the screen, to be honest. So I think you set very high expectation on the deck, and I was a little disappointed with the little pink translation on the garments. I think that's about it from me.
Okay. Neeraj, coming to you.
Hi Poonam, hi Bharti.
Hi sir.
हेलो। ओके, सो आपको इक्षित सर ने भी और रिद्धि मैम ने भी फीडबैक दिया है, मेरा भी उनसे अलाइंड ही है। अब अभी हमें काफी दिन हो गए हैं इस डिजाइन कार्निवल के साथ जुड़े हुए। योर स्केचेस वर द बेस्ट स्केचेस एवर।
Yes.
Thank you sir.
They were really so cool. I was so excited to see कि क्या आने वाला है। Like half of in my head I was like, oh, you know what, this is a 9.5. लेकिन फिर जब असलियत सामने आई तो वहां पर जो है वो सडनली देयर वाज अ ह्यूज ड्रॉप। फैब्रिक सिलेक्शन के साथ साथ आपका थोड़ा सा जो है पैटर्न कटिंग के अंदर भी इशू है, विच इज वेरी एविडेंट ऑन द गारमेंट विच इज ऑन योर लेफ्ट साइड। हाँ, फिर आपके जो राइट साइड वाला गारमेंट है जिसके अंदर आपने बिल्कुल चेस्ट एरिया के अंदर एक वो पॉइंटी सा सेंटर दिया है, आई डोंट थिंक दैट इज एस्थेटिकली ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ वेरी अपीलिंग। एंड यस, रिद्धि वेरी ब्यूटिफुली पॉइंटेड आउट, वो जो आपने एक्सेसिवली आर्म्स के ऊपर लेफ्ट साइड के गारमेंट पे जो जाली दी है, दैट इज सडनली काइंड ऑफ, आई विश इट वाज क्लीन। इट वुड हैव लुक्ड मच बेटर, मच मोर क्लासियर। आप जिस क्लास की आप बात करो ना, रॉयल की, इफ यू सी रॉयल एंड क्लास, they are again as little as possible but as classy in material, थोड़ा काम लेकिन बहुत खूबसूरत और क्लीन काम, that is classy and regal। बहुत सारा काम एक फैब्रिक के ऊपर does not make it classy and regal। लेकिन having said so, attempt बहुत अच्छा है। अगेन जैसा मैंने पहले भी बोला था, I wish अगर आप एक शॉर्ट गारमेंट दिखा रहे हो, आपने अपनी दूसरी सिलवेट एक फुल लेंथ गारमेंट चुनी होती तो हमें थोड़ी वेरिएशन का भी पता चलता, हमें पता चलता अच्छा, if it is a taller garment, a long garment, how do you handle the silhouette and the making then? Okay, and I wish you hadn't changed the colors from what they were there on the presentation, the sketches. They were looking really nice and real. Thank you so much.
Okay. Ananya, finally coming to you.
I think we also sort of agree with what everybody has said before. The techniques are good, and Shefali pointed out that it looks a little derivative, especially like the names cited were Pankaj and Nidhi, Bunka, and a few more like international labels that these techniques are reminiscent of. Also, some restraint in design, like some editing, some like toning down of the motifs. I think it's just like too much happening on both the designs, and some of the fabric, especially the skirt, I think it looks a little stiff. And I think one question, Shefali and I, we both felt that to visualize it as who you're making this for, who is wearing this. These are important questions to ask before designing any sort of look. And maybe tailoring should also be reviewed a little bit, because the silhouette, like especially the one to our left on the screen, doesn't really work too much. So yeah.
Okay. Ji. Let's start with your marks. Ananya?
We would like to score them 7.
7. 7. Okay.
Yes.
Neeraj, marks?
I will give them a 7.5 because there is a lot of effort that has gone in, but there is huge scope of improvement and reducing. थोड़ा क्लासी वे में, अगर आप क्लासी बोलो, थोड़ा उसको क्लासी बनाओ, उतना क्लासी लग नहीं रहा है अभी.
जी. Okay. Riddhi?
8 for your deck completely. I think I was blown away by that. Yeah.
Okay. So that's 22.5, and finally Ikshit.
8.5.
That's 8.5. I think there's a lot of hard work that has gone in. So eventually the marks are 31. Finally, जो आपको मिलता है पूनम and Bharti Goyal, NIFD Global, 31 marks. Judges,
sorry, one more point. Sorry, the pearl purses that you have put. No, we all forgot to mention them. Interesting addition.
Okay. जी, बढ़िया है. I think ये दोनों जो pearl के जो pieces हैं, आप नीरज के पास भिजवा दीजिएगा. I'm sure the next time he's going to.
I'll be wearing one here and one there.
Absolutely. Ji. Okay, quickly I'm going to move towards NIFD Global Nashik, and we have a fashion presentation by Yashika, Hinduja, and Shatakshi Somvanshi.
A very good afternoon to everyone.
Ji.
So our collection name is Intersection Revelation, and it is inspired from Katipara flyover from Chennai city. It's an iconic landmark and known as the heart of the city. Exposed zippers are the key elements in our designs. Just as flyover connects you through various roads in the city, similarly exposed zippers in our garment unite different sections of fabric together to create transformative, versatile, and reversible looks. Let's see how does it work.
गारमेंट ए का हमारा ये फर्स्ट लुक है, और जिसमें हमने ये जिपर्स ओपन किए तो ये हमारा रिवर्सेबल डिटैचेबल जैकेट बन जाएगा. और जिपर्स ओपन किए स्लीव्स के तो यहाँ से फैब्रिक एक्सपोज होने वाला है. एंड इफ हमने पैंट्स के जिपर्स ओपन किए तो वो वहां से भी फैब्रिक एक्सपोज होके ये पैराशूट पैंट्स का लुक क्रिएट होगा. सेकेंड गारमेंट पे आते हैं. इसमें भी हमने ये जिप्स ओपन किए तो ये रिवर्सेबल और डिटैचेबल जैकेट है, और पैंट्स के जिप हमने ओपन किए तो वो बलून पैंट का लुक क्रिएट होता है. और हमने दोनों गारमेंट्स में कॉटन और कॉटन डेनिम फैब्रिक यूज किया है. एक्सपोज जिपर और चाइनीज नॉट हमारी टेक्निक्स है, और ये गारमेंट्स हमने खुद स्टिच किए हैं और एक्सेसरीज भी हमने खुद स्टिच किए हैं. हो गया क्या?
Okay, कुछ और आप ऐड करना चाह रहे हैं, यशिका एंड शताक्षी?
नो सर, रिवर्सेबल है बस.
रिवर्सेबल है, that's what you want to. Okay. मुझे ऐसा लगा कि आप बहुत जल्दी में थी, मतलब कुछ ही सेकंड्स में आपने सब कुछ एक्सप्लेन कर दिया.
Like the expressway.
हाँ, मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगा कि शायद इतनी जल्दी तो कपड़े भी नहीं आदमी बदल सकता है जितनी जल्दी आपने पूरा डिस्क्रिप्शन खत्म कर दिया. But anyway, well, I'm sure the jury members have maybe a lot and maybe not much to say. So I'm going to start. Neeraj, starting from you this time.
Okay. So, hi Yashika, hi Shatakshi.
Hello, sir.
बच्चे मैं आपको बताऊं आपकी पूरी डिस्क्रिप्शन में मुझे सिर्फ सुनाई दिया है जिप. Zips रिवर्सिबल, zips रिवर्सिबल. ना सिलवेट की कोई बात आई, ना फैब्रिक की कोई बात आई. सिर्फ मोटिवेशन जो था वो आपने बताया, वो जो क्रॉस ओवर क्रॉसिंग ब्रिजेस हैं वो हैं. इन ऑल ऑनेस्टी it's just I am complete. I mean, I don't even know if I can say that it is an effort aligned to your motivation.
Yeah.
I can comment.
I want
on
Shefali
this.
to come and
Please,
comment on this.
Shefali.
If
I
she
can comment on this one.
Please.
Yeah,
Yes.
please. This
Once
is Shefali for
Neeraj,
you.
once Neeraj finishes.
Okay.
I am done, Shefali. I am completely 100% in agreement to whatever you will say because this is a little beyond my comprehension.
Okay, so what I feel is that there are, when you separate out these pieces and you find some elements can be used, they may even be functional. But otherwise, it is anything and everything that is available anywhere and everywhere. It's a bit of, undetermined streetwear with Zara into H&M leftovers. It's not creative. The first fundamental value of entering a competition is to bring in a creative idea. So creativity here cannot be functionality. They are completely different aspects. And so it's hard. That's why it's hard to, critique, because you urged us to look towards functionality. You are forgetting that you still have to present and tell us what is the material, who cut it, what is pattern making, anything that displays your skills as fashion design students. So that's why we are not sure what you really presented. While if I were to separate, let's say some pants or one cap and half a bolero, one or some young girl may pick it up, but she may pick it up from a heap of textiles. So that's not fashion competition.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to come to
Thanks,
Ikshit.
Shefali.
Yeah. Ikshit, comments from your side, please.
Yeah, I think some good things. I think it was refreshing to see a different inspiration. It wasn't a typical, it wasn't just a city, it was an element from the city. But I think translation from there on sort of became very shaky. So you took a leap to zippers, and then you tried moving to functionality, and then what we see is sort of not faithful to the idea of zippers so much, not faithful to the idea of functionality, not faithful wholly to the idea of your inspiration. So I was, I really want to like this because this is quite different from, amongst everything we've seen today. But, even if I give it the creative license, the opening of the zipper is actually not creatively pleasing to the eye either. So, if that's your peg, you want me to believe that I will go there, but you know what, it's not working. So that's why I say that it's fine. You make decisions, you move ahead in a creative process, but be ready to pull yourself back. If things don't work, please come back. If things still don't work, come further back. Change your inspiration. Nobody's holding you against something. So like Shefali also said, works on different levels. Like, I love that you have a hat on because it's complementing the thing. I may pick up the hat. I'm not picking it up because of your inspiration, because of zippers, because of modularity or anything else. I'm picking it up because I just want a hat. So if it's a competition about, an intent, a brief, execution, then it's not cohesive. But yes,
Okay.
it is different today. I like that about it.
Okay. Riddhi, coming to you.
I want to know, why did you pick the Katibara flyover? I'm from Chennai, so I got damn excited. So I want to know why you picked the Katibara from Chennai and not everything else about Chennai that's so cultural. So what was the thought there?
Yes, yeah, ma'am. So the Katipara flyover is mainly the largest cloverleaf flyover in the entire Asian continent. And whenever we think about cityscapes, if we see cityscapes through bird's eye view, the first thing that attracts us is like how the flyovers are made.
Okay.
That's why we thought to take flyovers as our inspiration.
So maybe next time when you take something like that as inspiration, you could probably deconstruct it and see what elements of that can be in your design. Like the Chinese knot or the zipper were literal translations of the element. I think you could deconstruct it, derive from it, and then reflect it in your design. That would have been more fun, I think. Yeah, like everybody already gave you feedback that the zipper became overwhelming and too much overly done, I think, in your costume. So I mean, in your garments, I think that's what killed the whole joy there. But I think you should probably focus on how to derive concept from what you've chosen. I think it was a very refreshing element to choose, to be very honest. But I think the way you derive from it is what would have made it more interesting. Also, I think next time you should focus on the cuts of your garments, how they're being stitched, etc. Because right now they're not flattering your models, right? So I think you should keep that in mind because that's the core of the competition for you. Yep.
Absolutely. Okay, wonderful. I think so much of discussion just over a zipper. I think it's time we kind of zip it for this one. And marks from you, Riddhi. Let's start with you.
I'll give them a 7.
A 7, Ikshit?
7.
7, that's 14, Neeraj?
7, please.
That's 21, and finally, Shifali, if you can, otherwise Ananya.
7, please.
7, so that's 28. And well, this is Jessica and Shatakshi, 28 points for you. जो भी आपने बनाया, जिस तरह से आपने present किया, I think you need help in each and every possible field of whatever you're working towards. Your teachers, your mentors need to go back. You need to go back on the drawing board and work a little hard. Thank you so much. 28 marks for you. Quickly, we move on to the next one. Next one is NIFD Global Ludhiana with their interior presentation. If Ludhiana is ready, we are good to go. Interior presentation by Devansh Sharma, NIFD Global Ludhiana. Okay, Devansh, I can see you. Please start.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Devansh, and I'm a student of NIFD Global Ludhiana, and I am here to present my model for Lakme Fashion Week 2024. This design is inspired from Dubai, and the concept theme of this is cityscape and lifestyle. The backdrop of this panel is made of lattice work of geometrical inspiration from Muslim architecture, and this backdrop has backlighting. The backdrop has backlighting to bring monotony and radiance to the geometrical lattice, and there is a screen in center, and the side panels also has geometrical and 3D origami featuring, which brings kinetic visual experience to the viewers. And this and side panels have sand dunes, which then brings desert view to the audience, which is a symbol of the Dubai. And above, palm leaves are also made, which are from CNC cutting of MDF, which will be placed on them. The stage is also inspired from palm
Voice
Jumelia.
is breaking. I can only hear half of it.
Ji. Is the connectivity, Ludhiana? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, Ji. Can you just switch on the lights, please? We need to see the model. पहले जैसे दिखता था. जी. Okay, now cameraman थोड़ा सा नजदीक जाइए और थोड़ा सा नजदीक. बस. And please don't move the camera. जी, अभी explain कीजिएगा. And मैं चाहूंगा देवांश अगर आप हिंदी में बोलें, मेरे लिए हिंदी ज्यादा सही रहेगी. आप जरा हिंदी में बताएं ये क्या है.
सर, ये जो मेरा स्टेज है, ये सर्कुलर में बना है. इसको मैंने पाम जुमेलिया से इंस्पायर होके किया था. तो वहां पे जैसे आइलैंड होते हैं मैन मेड, तो वैसे ही यहाँ पे मैंने सर्कुलर इंस्पायरेशन लेके बीच में मैंने सीटिंग दी है फॉर वीवीआईपी गेस्ट. both sides.
ठीक है.
And इसके नीचे मैंने यहाँ पे कोव लाइट दिया है which of blue color, because यहाँ पे सर एक तरह से अगर हम पाम जमेला का इंस्पिरेशन ले रहे हैं तो आसपास वो सी का भी होना चाहिए कि हम ब्लू शो करें. तो सर ब्लू हम एक तरह से सी को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. और सर साइड्स पे सर्कुलर सीटिंग है फॉर बोथ साइड्स, एंड सर कैमरा सेटिंग्स आर आल्सो इन द फ्रंट.
ओके. और पीछे जहाँ लैक्मे फैशन वीक लिखा है उसके बारे में आई थिंक वो कुछ हरे पत्ते मुझे दिख रहे हैं वहां पे.
यस सर. सर ये पाम लीव्स को हमने रिप्रेजेंट किया है ताकि हम एक तरह से ग्रीनरीनेस और एक तरह से अपने डिजाइन के अंदर लेके आए, क्योंकि हम सिटीस्केप के अंदर ग्रीनरी प्लांट्स इनको मिस नहीं कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है.
डेजर्ट्स के पाम लीव्स होते हैं तो हमने रिप्रेजेंट पाम लीव्स को ऐसे सीएनसी कटिंग मेमोरी करके शो किया आगे.
ओके. और बीच में एक आर्च बना है, उसके आसपास आपने कुछ बनाया है.
यस सर. सर ये लैटिस वर्क है जो मुस्लिम आर्किटेक्चर्स के अंदर होता है, जैसे ज्योमेट्रिकल होते हैं वो फ्लोरा एंड फॉना को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं उनके लिए.
ठीक है.
और
ये
पीछे
जी बोलिए.
जो पीछे बैकलाइट भी दी थी ताकि जो रेडियस है इसकी ब्लैक ज्योमेट्रिकल पैटर्न्स की ये और रेडियंट होके शो ऐसे व्यूअर्स को.
ठीक है. और ये जो हरे पत्ते हैं और जो आर्क है उसके बीच में दो एंट्रेंसेस मुझे दिख रही हैं, उस पे कुछ आपने पत्थर लगाए हुए हैं, वो क्या है?
सर ये 3D ऑरिगेमी है. इसको हमने एज इन पिरामिड शेप में क्रिएट किया है. तो ये 3D इफेक्ट देते हैं ऑरिगेमीज के. और यहाँ से एंट्रेंस और एग्जिट दोनों साइड से भी हो सकती है. मॉडल यहाँ स्ट्रेट आएगी आगे तक एंड शी विल वॉक थ्रू द साइड एंड बी.
Okay. We've given you enough time. Can you switch off the light ताकि वो लाइट का इफेक्ट हम देख पाएं जो आपने किया था? लाइट्स ऑफ करके जो आप दिखा रहे थे. जी हाँ. अभी ये बताइए कि बेली डांसर कहाँ से आएगी यहाँ पे?
Sir, she'll come from here.
She'll come, absolutely. That's what I was looking for. Thank you so much. I'm going to start
That
with
proves that he was not listening to you at all what you say.
Anyway, I'm going to start with Shefali now. Shefali, I need you to comment on this, please. I know you're not feeling well, but the comment needs to come from you. Shefali, if you're there. Okay, Shefali is not here. So I'm going to start with Riddhi, starting from with you, please.
Hi,
Aman,
Devansh.
sorry to interrupt. Do we want to see the walkthrough for this?
Yes, we can see the walkthrough, please. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Thank you so much. And Riddhi, I'm going to start with you.
Okay. Hi, Devansh. Thank you for your presentation. First, I think अगर आप कोई आर्किटेक्चर मूवमेंट को नेम कर रहे हो, you should know कि उसका करेक्ट नेम क्या है. मुस्लिम आर्किटेक्चर कुछ नहीं होता है, इस्लामिक आर्किटेक्चर होता है, मुगल आर्किटेक्चर होता है, वैसे होता है. So please make sure you get the name right. Okay, because you are in a competition, you can't quote incorrectly. तो वो सबसे जरूरी है. Two, I think Dubai is not popular for Islamic architecture actually. It's more popular for modern and post-modern and decon architecture. So आपने जो inspiration quote किया है ना, आपने जो theme बनाई है, उसमें थोड़ी mismatch है. तीसरा, I think थोड़ा attempt जो है वो half-hearted लगा मुझे, क्योंकि जो आपने sand dunes, palm वगैरह दिखाई है, एक तो sand dunes आपने sun की तरह दिखाई है, and it's not even like sand dunes. And जो palm leaves है, I think थोड़ा non-committal है. The whole backdrop, I just felt that. And the sand that you've shown on the flooring, is it a continuation of the sand dune? I think all of it in parts and pieces are there, but they are not coming together holistically, I think. And I don't think it's a true representation of Dubai. Secondly, आपने जहाँ पे VVIP को seat किया है, I think those might not be the best seats for VVIP because they will never get an overall picture of the garment that they're looking at, because they will see it only at an angle. They'll never be able to see the front or the whole silhouette or, different angles of the model walking by. So I think the VVIP seating location, I don't think is the most right one. That's been done. एंड आई थिंक origami भी फिट करने की कोशिश की गई है एज एन एलिमेंट, व्हिच अगेन आई थॉट was थोड़ा misplaced in the whole theme and what we were trying to do. Overall, I think देवांश बहुत मेहनत करने की जरूरत है in terms of understanding the theme and understanding the functionality and आप क्या अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं. So I think theme wise, aesthetic wise, functionality wise, I think सब aspects में आपको work करने की जरूरत है.
Okay.
That's the feedback. Yeah.
जी. Shefali, are you capable of
Yes.
giving a comment, please?
यस, इनफैक्ट रिद्धि ने बहुत अच्छे से, देवांश बहुत अप्रोप्रिएटली बताया. मैं सबसे पहली चीज आपको यही कहने वाली थी कि द वर्ड्स मुस्लिम आर्किटेक्चर आजकल की सेंसिटिव या इनसेंसिटिव दुनिया, आप जिस तरफ से देखना चाहें, बहुत जरूरी है. इसे अगर इस्तेमाल करें तो इस्लामिक आर्किटेक्चर कहें. रिद्धि ने काफी कुछ कह दिया. मैं आपसे सिर्फ ये कहूंगी कि हर देश का, प्रांत का, जगह का एक पोस्ट कार्ड व्यू होता है. हर पोस्ट कार्ड पे वो जगह अलग दिखती है. आपने दुबई के पोस्ट कार्ड्स की तरह इकट्ठा कर लिया अपने दिमाग में और उनको फिर एक जगह पे डालने की कोशिश करी है. अगर आप सिर्फ पाम एंड वाटर का रूट लेते या सिर्फ इस्लामिक आर्किटेक्चर का रूट लेते, जबकि दुबई स्टैंड्स फॉर मॉडर्न एंड टेक्नोलॉजिकल एवोल्यूशन, लेकिन जो भी आपका रूट होता तो उसको स्टिक करके एक पोस्ट कार्ड की तरफ जाना बेहतर होता. यहाँ कई पोस्ट कार्ड्स दिख रहे हैं, इसीलिए ना दुबई का आइडिया आ रहा है. और फिर अगर इसे हम सेट में ढालेंगे तो कई टेक्निकल इश्यूज भी उभर रहे हैं.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Shivali, for putting it in those wonderful words. Ikshit, coming to you, please.
आई थिंक फीडबैक आपको काफी मिल चुका है. मेरा यही कहना है कि ये थोड़ा एक बहुत जेनेरिक व्यू है दुबई का, जो बिना जाए भी जो लोगों को ज्यादा आइडिया नहीं है उनके दिमाग में यही व्यू होता होगा. तो हम लोगों का काम एज डिजाइन प्रोफेशनल्स इज टू डू थरो रिसर्च एंड ब्रिंग आउट लाइफ इनटू अ कॉन्सेप्ट, राइट. सो मेरे लिए ये प्रेजेंटेशन काफी जेनेरिक है उस एंगल से. And I would even go as far as to say कि maybe I would not come to a designer to get this going for me, because it is so generic that it could be done sitting by me without putting too much into it. So I think at every step आपको बहुत मेहनत करनी है, क्योंकि ये आपके नाम से आपका काम बाहर जा रहा है और कोई इंटेंट से आपके पास आया है इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए. So your job is to give your 101% and bring that Dubai alive, which probably people have not seen, or make them do wow about it. So I'm missing that that spark that's kind of not there at all.
Good. Finally, coming to Neeraj, I'm sure there are few words that you need to say.
Hi, Devansh.
Hello.
Hi. So देवांश, आपको सबने सारा फीडबैक दे दिया है. जितने भी पॉइंट्स थे, रिद्धि मैम ने बोल दिए, शिफाली मैम ने बोल दिए, इक्षित सर ने बोल दिए. मेरे पास और कुछ ऐड करने के लिए नहीं है सिवाय इसके कि ये एक सेट ना होते हुए ये 4-5 अलग अलग चीजें हैं जो अपने आप में अलग अलग चल रही हैं. काश आपने सामने खड़े होकर सेंटर से देखा होता कि अगर मैं कोई शो देखने के लिए जाऊं तो क्या मुझे ऐसा बैकड्रॉप पसंद आएगा. जिनको थोड़ा सा भी क्रिएटिविटी का समझ होगा ना, वो ये देखते ही बोल देंगे. आप अगर सामने आओगे ना, आपके वो जो ग्रीन लीव्स हैं वो बिल्कुल ही आउट ऑफ ऑर्डर हैं. फिर उसके बाद आपने जो ऑरिगेमी बनाया है, आई विश आप सिर्फ ऑरिगेमी, मैं एक सजेशन, मेरे को जहां तक जब मैं देख रहा था मैंने बड़ी कोशिश की किस तरह से उसको बेटर किया जा सकता है. आपने जो ऑरिगेमी का वो छोटे वाले गेट्स बनाए, आई विश आपने सिर्फ साइड पे कुछ नहीं किया होता, वो हरे पत्ते वत्ते, सिर्फ ऑरिगेमी ही छोटे वाले गेट्स और बड़े वाले गेट पे भी कर दिया होता. It would have looked much better. It would have given a 3-dimensional depth to the whole set. Clean, because आपके कलर्स न्यूट्रल हो जाते. और उसके ऊपर हम लोग ये बार बार भूल जाते हैं कि जब हम एक शो करते हैं हमारे पास लाइट्स होती हैं, लाइट्स के अंदर हमारे पास कलर्ड लाइट्स भी होती हैं. तो अगर ड्रामा ही क्रिएट करना है ना कलर का, we can easily use lights. I don't need a colorful prop. I don't need anything which I can do with the given inventory. तो जब भी आप लोग में से कोई भी कोई सेट प्रेजेंट करता है, सोचो कि अच्छा हमारे पास क्या क्या अवेलेबल होता है एक फैशन शो के लिए. तो कुछ ऐसी चीज है जो कि मैं न्यूट्रल रखूं लेकिन दी हुई चीज से मैं उसको उभार सकूं। ठीक है, तो थोड़ा होलसम सोचने की जरूरत है। ऑन दैट नोट अमन, इट विल बी अ 7 प्लीज।
Okay, 7 from Neeraj. Shifali, sorry, Ananya, scoring from you, please.
7.
7. That's 14. Riddhi,
7.
7. That's 21. And finally, Ikshit.
7.
So that's 28 marks for you, Devansh. And well, I think बहुत सारा homework करना जरूरी है, Devansh. Of course, you know, यहाँ से set देखते ही लगता है कि बहुत कुछ इसमें कमी पेशी है. And I'm sure going back to your teachers and your mentors, having a conversation and going back to the drawing board. But जितना jury members ने बोला है, please उसे ध्यान से सुनिए. Neha and Sanya, NIFD Global Ludhiana, with their fashion presentation. Please start.
Good morning to all jury members. I am Sane Kakkar with my partner Neha from NIFT Global Ludhiana. As the theme given to us is cityscape and style, so we have chosen the city Bangalore. Interesting fact about Bangalore is that it has 39 out of 41 sustainable buildings and 2 monsoon seasons per year. Inspired from Bangalore's architectural skyline, its Silicon Valley essence that is circuit, and its rainy weather, we have created our collection that is tectonic for the upper middle class women who want some minimalistic elegance look for their resort evening wear. Moving towards the first garment, this is a structured garment that is versatile with a golden belt. The upper part of the garment is a structured upper part जिसके ऊपर हम लोगों ने हैंड एम्ब्रॉयडरी जिसके ऊपर हम लोगों ने एम्ब्रॉयडरी करी है और इस लाइन आउट ऑफ स्काईलाइन का और इसके ऊपर हम लोगों ने बिल्डिंग्स को फिल करा है जो कि हम लोगों ने एक इनोवेटिव टेक्निक ट्राई करी है जो कि है स्ट्रिंग आर्ट और इसके अंदर हम लोगों ने एक बेल्ट गोल्डन बेल्ट ऐड करी है जस्ट टू एम्फसाइज द वेस्ट. एट द बॉटम वी हैव एडेड द बॉक्स प्लीटेड स्कर्ट. इसके ऊपर भी हम लोगों ने सेम एम्ब्रॉयडरी करी है बट इन अ मिरर रिफ्लेक्शन वी हैड एडेड द ट्रांसपेरेंट सीक्वेंस टू सिंबलाइज द रेनी वेदर ऑफ द Bangalore and to give a shine of the weather of the. At the back we have added a knotted bow just to enhance the beauty of the dress. Thank you. Moving towards the second garment. Our second garment is also a versatile garment where we have given a one shoulder pleated top and golden pipes at the sleeves. At the bottom we have a trouser which is box pleated and on box pleat we have embroidered circuit motifs and to finish it हमने इसको फ्रेंच नॉट और गोल्डन बीड्स के साथ फिनिश किया है. एट द बैक हमने कुछ एलिमेंट दिया है सर्किट्स का. थैंक यू.
ओके, कुछ और आप दोनों कहना चाहेंगी?
यस सर.
जी बोलिए.
Sir, as you can see that these are the samples of string art embroidery and the circuit motif embroidery जो हम लोगों ने अपने garments पे करी है. इसके ऊपर भी हम लोगों ने ऐसे ही जैसे ट्रांसपेरेंट सीक्वेंस ऐड करे हैं ताकि हम लोग रेनी वेदर को डिपिक्ट कर सके और थोड़ा शाइन दे दे. दिस इज द क्लोजर लुक ऑफ द मोटिव्स.
ये कौन सा शहर है? इट इज दी बेंगलोर.
बेंगलोर.
ओके जी. Okay, fantastic. I just love the I never thought Bangalore would be pronounced in that particular way, but it's absolutely, I love the way North Indians love to pronounce the name. I love the way you said Bangalore so many times. मुझे ऐसे लगा मैं ट्रांसपोर्ट हो गया बैंगलोर में और बारिश अभी मुझ पे गिरने लगी है. चलिए, quickly, I think, honestly speaking, can you get the models a little closer to you? उनको बोलिए जरा सामने आ जाएं. I just feel that everything is too simple and they've played it very, very safe. Ikshit, let's come to you first. What do you say?
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out what is that one thing that you want to want us to take away from this. I think the silhouettes are very simple and I would assume that it's intentional, but then I think you want us to look at your embroidery work, and that's where I think I'm going to give you most of my feedback, which is that if that is your hero in this garment, because silhouettes are clearly not, you need to work a bit more. It is actually a literal translation of what you saw into embroidery, which in most cases does not work, and it is actually very risky when your inspiration is so specific. Like I, for one, would definitely not like to have buildings embroidered on, to wear a garment with buildings embroidered. And you also have to note that how are you using them. I think it's interesting that you still on the look on your right, you have mirrored it, and there's sort of this theme going. But on the other one, the circuits on the back is absolutely not a flattering place to do any embroidery, and especially of that kind. So that lost in translation is a big issue here. I think you need to work harder on, how do you still bring your idea alive, but do it in an interesting manner. One thing I always say is that, inspiration, always you have to go back and look at the root of inspiration. So if you're inspired by a building, think what could have been the inspiration of this building to this building of the designer, and really go into the root of that inspiration, because that should be your inspiration of designing something out of it. So instead of, getting inspired from a McQueen, think what he got inspired from, and chase that core inspiration, because that will really express your ideas more beautifully into a garment. So I'm struggling with the whole approach to embroidery here. And yeah, otherwise, I think the silhouettes are a conscious choice, so I would not comment too much on it.
Okay, wonderful. Riddhi, coming to you. Comments from your side.
Hi, Neha and Sanya. One, I'd like to say you guys had more energy than most people who presented today. So I think you should keep up that energy. It was good. Second, I think your inspiration was not thorough. I don't think Bangalore has those kind of buildings that you have derived from as much as Bombay does, right? I think, and monsoon is more evident in Bombay than it is in Bangalore. So I think a little bit of more research in your inspiration needs to happen. I think it was more on the surface. I think a little more research needs to happen. I like the idea of transparent sequence. I think it's a nice way to bring in a little bit of sheen to your garments. Although I can't see it so much through the video here, but I think because you specified it, I imagined it, and I think it's a nice way to bring that out. I think if you're going to hero your embroidery, then you could probably go all out with it, because your costume is, your garment is subtle, your color choices are subtle. So maybe your embroidery could have been a little more out there and more heroed that way. I think you've gone subtle in every aspect. So then it becomes कि हम किस चीज को देखें. That is what is happening. So I think if your embroidery was more elaborate, more detailed, would have been nicer, I think. But I think overall a great attempt. Thanks.
Okay, Neeraj, आप क्या कहेंगे?
Okay, so hi Neha, hi Sanya. Hi. Okay, सबसे पहले तो बंगलौर नहीं है, बेंगलुरु है.
I was going to ask her that. What is the name? And but I love the way आप North Indians pronounce जो करते हैं Bangalore. So it sounds amazing.
मैं ये किस लिए हाईलाइट कर रहा हूँ बच्चे, क्योंकि आप एक ऑफिशियल प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हो, तो आपको एक करेक्ट नाम पता होना बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है? So it's Bengaluru, not Bangalore, for future references. दूसरी चीज, मैं खुद पंजाबी हूं इसलिए मैं समझ सकता हूं. Coming on to आपने बोला, आपने continuing to whatever feedback you've been given earlier, innovative टेक्निक है. क्या इनोवेटिव टेक्निक है, मुझे वही नहीं समझ में आया.
सर, हम लोगों ने बिल्डिंग्स को फिल करने के लिए एक टेक्निक ट्राई करी है जो कि एक इंटीरियर का पार्ट है हम लोगों ने, बट फैशन के अंदर एम्ब्रॉयडरी के अंदर स्टिचेस के साथ करी है. स्ट्रिंग आर्ट सर, इट्स अ स्ट्रिंग आर्ट.
स्ट्रिंग आर्ट.
यस सर.
थोड़ा लाओ कैमरा के पास.
कैमरा के पास लेके आइए और नजदीक. और
ये कैसे किया है आपने?
सर, इसके अंदर हम लोगों ने पहले मशीन वर्क से लाइन आर्ट करा, उसके बाद हम नीडल के अंदर थ्रेड डाल के हम लोगों ने बिल्डिंग्स के अंदर वो करी है स्ट्रिंग आर्ट. हम लोगों ने कपड़े के बैक पे नहीं लेके गए नीडल को, स्टिचेस के बिटवीन ही करी है सारा.
ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इज स्ट्रिंग आर्ट. ठीक है, ओके, कूल, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू. लेकिन इस स्ट्रिंग आर्ट की वजह से बहुत ज्यादा पकड़िंग नहीं हो रहा है?
तो सर
नहीं हो रहा है?
नहीं.
अच्छा, पता नहीं क्यों थोड़ा सा मुझे दिखा. फिर उसके बाद आपने जैसा बोला, आपके गारमेंट में आपने मिरर रिफ्लेक्शन दी है. मैं आपको आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन पे ज्यादा पॉइंट्स बता रहा हूं. आप जब भी ऐसा कुछ बोलो ना, मिरर रिफ्लेक्शन दी है, मुझे चाहे ये ना समझ में आए कि आपने क्या टेक्निक यूज की है, लेकिन विजुअली देखने से मुझे पता चल जाएगा कि वो मिरर रिफ्लेक्शन है कि नहीं है. आप अभी ये जजिंग के बाद जाकर आप खुद देखना, वो मिरर रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं है. क्योंकि ऊपर का स्ट्रक्चर अलग है, नीचे का स्ट्रक्चर अलग है।
सर इसके अंदर हम लोगों ने और बिल्डिंग्स ऐड करी क्योंकि यहाँ पे बहुत खाली खाली लग रहा था।
हाँ, तो फिर वही बात हो गई ना, आपने अपनी तरफ से ऐड किया तो आप फिर भी बोल रहे हो मेरा रिफ्लेक्शन है। मैं समझ गया, मैं आपको सिर्फ हाईलाइट कर रहा हूं कुछ पॉइंट्स कि जब आप एक कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करते हो ना, आप जो हमें बोलते हो हम आपको उस बेसिस पे जज करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारे लिए आपको पता है आपने क्या किया है। ठीक है, सो दैट वाज एन इनकरेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ व्हाट यू वर ट्राइंग टू डू और व्हाट यू हैव डन एक्चुअली। उसके बाद इफ आई कम टू द गारमेंट ऑन योर लेफ्ट साइड, समवेयर आई डोंट नो, आई फील वो जो आपने गोल्डन पाइप्स डाले हैं, अगर आप उसको हटा दो, उन गोल्डन पाइप्स को, दैट गारमेंट स्टिल समवेयर वर्क्स। लेकिन जैसा आपको इक्षित ने बोला, जहां पे आपने बैक में जो वो आपकी एम्ब्रॉयडरी दी है, दैट डजंट वर्क, लेकिन जहां मैं सामने से देख रहा हूं, दैट गारमेंट में स्टिल वर्क। ऑब्वियसली इट नीड्स टू बी फिटेड बेटर, बट दोस गोल्डन पाइप्स आर डेफिनेटली नॉट वर्किंग। ओके, सो थोड़ा सा जो है ना क्या कहते हैं, और आई डोंट नो हाउ लेफ्ट वाला गारमेंट फिर भी शायद रिजॉर्ट इवनिंग वेयर में चला जाए। मेरी जहां तक अंडरस्टैंडिंग है रिजॉर्ट वेयर की, इट इज यूजुअली not as fitted. Ikshit will be able to kind of say two lines more about it if he wants to. So resort wear, when you say no, resort evening wear, तो उसका एक थोड़ा सा एक अलग मेरे ख्याल से dimension आया था। Ikshit, would you like to kind of say two lines on that, please?
Yeah, I think it has to be a bit more relaxed and open, and it has to have that breezy, airy holiday feeling. I think
Because
this
yours is all very body
neither here
touch.
nor there, sort of a tricky
Yeah.
space right now.
So it seems like research level से, जैसे आपको की रिद्धि मैम ने बोला, research level से ही जो है ना, somewhere there is an issue in you going ahead and constructing all of this. But I compliment you. I, in all honesty, जो आपने left side पे जो embroidery की है trousers के ऊपर, I'm not finding it that bad. It is looking decent to me. Not on the right one for sure, but on the left one, it is still looking decent. बस वो golden वाले हटा देना.
Okay,
Thank you.
wonderful. Finally, I come to
Thanks,
Ananya.
Thank you.
I think for someone having lived in Bangalore, I didn't quite understand the inspiration, but I wouldn't connect these with Bangalore at all. However, I mean, everything is very simple, very safe. So simplicity, yes, is good. However, if you're trying to there's no statement element anywhere, is what I felt. Like nothing was standing out for me. This resort evening wear situation is also very confusing. There's again, like it's neither here nor there for me. The stringer thing that you just mentioned, I've seen that on canvases in art. I am a little confused about its translation onto the fabric because again, through the camera, can't really see a lot. But some element in the design that would make it stand out would probably be better, especially on a competitive platform such as this, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Marks from you, Ananya?
I would say 7.5.
7.5. Coming to Neeraj, marks?
For the garment on the left, 7.5.
Okay, that's 15. Ikshit?
7.
Okay, that's 22. And finally, I come to Riddhi.
7.5.
7.5. So that's 29.5 marks for you. And those are the marks, Neha and Sanya, NIFD Global Ludhiana. Most of the jury members have mentioned that in a certain way that you've kind of played it very, very safe. There are certain sparks that can be seen. So a little bit of homework needs to be done. So thank you so much for the jury members and everybody else. We're going to have a quick little break. I will be back in about 8 to 10 minutes. And after that, we have just 3 more centers to go. So let's have this quick break and come back as soon as possible. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, hello and welcome back to the Design Carnival, ladies and gentlemen. I think we finished about 6 rounds. We've had some incredible interior and design designers over here. After a little short break, I think we just finished off NIFD Global Ludhiana, and it's time to move on. And I quickly shift to NIFD Global Mumbai Bandra. This is a fashion presentation by Sarah Sheikh. So Sarah, if you're there, if you're ready, we are good. Absolutely. Please start, Sarah. We can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, jury members. I'm Sarah Sheikh, and this is my collection, Zen Whispers. This collection is inspired from the cityscapes of Kyoto of Japan, mainly focusing on their Zen gardens. The Japanese emphasize on intricate designs, but minimalism. The color story that I have taken for this collection is inspired from the gravel and the rocks of those famous Zen gardens, which are the main aspect of those gardens, and hence the garments are in the tones of white and grays. I've also followed the WGSN color palette of Autumn Winter 2025, and hence I've added colors like vermilion red and dust blue, which will add as an accent to the muted gravel shades. The applique, so I have incorporated the colors in the form of cording, and I've also used applique by adding, I've also quilted the garments by adding layers of foam. The first garment is a pure silk tunic, which has a exaggerated stand collar, and I have corded it at the hem, at the edge of the collar, using the vermilion red. It also has quilting. It is textured with quilting, and I have used cording, vermilion red cording at the center of the concentric circles, and then the blue on the edges of the circles. It also has organza at the hem, and this organza is basically corded with linear. It's corded at linear lines, basically to add a contrast to the circle patterns on the garment. No. Go back. You can go back. My second garment is an asymmetric dress. This dress has quilting texture on its waist on both the sides, and this garment has a neckline cut, which is and it also has shoulder pads which are quilted. It is held up by bamboo buttons, which is inspired from the pitched roofs which are in the Zen gardens. It also has an edge of organza, which is corded with, again, the cords of the colors that I have used. This is to add, again, contrast and balance the garment. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I would like to hear the feedbacks of the judges. Thank you.
Absolutely. Can you ask the models to get to the camera one after the other, please? One by one.
Yeah. Right.
Can you turn around 360 degrees, please? Thank you. The other one. Turn around, please. Okay. Ikshit, I'm going to start with you. Comments from your side.
Yeah. These circles, they are inspiration from
the Zen circles of the gardens. So these basically in the Zen gardens, you basically make circles. The Japanese people, they make circles using their fingers. That is basically, they believe that the circle is spiritual. It is also, it represents elements of nature. Like it, or also they say that it belongs to the infinite universe. So basically they believe in the completion of a circle. Most of the Zen gardens have that.
Yeah. So the inspiration is lovely. I think what could have happened here is you could have added your art to the inspiration. Right now, for me, the garment is a bit rigid because of so much cording on it. Like there's cording on the top section, there's cording on the bottom. And it's just, I mean, the idea of using silk is, it's organza is beautiful, it's light, airy, there's a lot of movement, it has a feeling that it conveys. But the cording is just making it restrictive, and it looks like a block. So I wish if you had used the beautiful light delicate fabric to create some 3D-ness out of it, your circles could have been 3D. It would have acted as like, some more, it would have added some dimension to this. So that's one. And the other one, the one that's on your left is slightly, towards the costume zone. How does this garment function? Like, how does one get into it? Is it a
It
back?
has a back zipper. Yeah, it has a back
Okay,
zipper.
and these shoulder pads are detachable.
No, these shoulder pads are not detachable. It is just a back zipper and it comes out as a whole. These
Right,
are
right. So I think we need to balance that, you know, the inspiration and the costume aspect of it and the wearability of it. A little bit of balance is required. But yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see a little bit more experimentation in communicating the idea of the circles, which is beautiful and very ethereal, and using the strength of the fabrics that you have used, which are actually to be very lightweight and to convey a light feeling. But all the coding and that has actually is restricting it quite a bit.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to move on to Riddhi. Coming from you, please. Comments?
Hi, Sarah. One, I like the concept. I think you've chosen a very strong concept, I must say, very strong culturally as well. I like the colors that you have used. I think they work very well with each other. I think your costume, your garments look more futuristic. I would imagine it in an AI movie rather than people wearing it and walking around. I think it comes with a little rigidity and little more like robotic sort of a look. I think that's something that you should work on, like Ikshit had rightly pointed out. But overall, I think you have given at least thought to how the hair should look along with the garment and all of that. I think you've given it a holistic sort of a thought, I think. But yeah, a long way to go in terms of how to make this more comfortable, more flowy, more translation of design idea. And I also think the ripple effect has gotten a little overwhelming, the concentric circles. I think it's a little overwhelming on the size of your model and how much of space it takes on the surface area, etc., etc. So I think a little more balance and a little more proportion needs a little bit working. Yeah, but I think overall you've tried to put in some elements, some different cuts. I think you've taken a little more risk, I would say, than the others we've seen today. So good job on that. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Neeraj, coming to you.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, sir.
Hi. So, beautiful inspiration, Zen Garden. Really very nice. And but the problem that is happening is because of the cording and the quilting, everything is becoming very rigid and it is adding volume. And especially, so what happens though, bache, when you make something so fitted and your technique is so heavy, everything starts adding bulk. If it is an anti-fit, you do it in bits and pieces, the anti-fit absorbs it. But when you do something so fitted and you still do cording and quilting, it kind of, if you see your models as well, they are looking much bigger than they normally would look. Okay, so one needs to kind of avoid that. Wish what you could have done is maybe keeping the Zen garden going on, you would have printed your Zen gardens and done some embroidery on it and worked with organza as the fabric. Organza is a flowy fabric. Organza would have given the lightness. You know, right now there is this heaviness to the eyes also that is coming because of what you've done. So always remember that there needs to be something which needs to kind of make it look a little bit Japan, Zen. One needs to feel Zen. I'm feeling rigid right now. You know what I'm saying? So those points, and but otherwise, as Riddhi pointed out, at least you've gone ahead and kind of thought of it. We can see it's the work of a fashion student. However, in implementation, one could have kind of, you need to rethink on the techniques and the fabric, both of them. Okay, thank you so much.
And finally, I come down to Ananya.
I think Shefali and I, we feel that, of course, like technique-wise, what you have ideated, cording and quilting, they need a lot of precision. And that way, the execution probably could have been better if you had the right kind of like guidance. And also along the same lines of what Neeraj just said, that, the idea of Zen is very free-flowing and, like, but with these silhouettes, that's not the idea that is coming across. And maybe again with the right kind of mentorship, because you do have like a good idea. So I think the execution would have been more, on point. I also agree with Neeraj saying that, like organza could have probably lend itself well to this collection and taken away from the stiffness. Personally, like the outfit on the right of my screen right now has a very Princess Leia lands in Japan feel. So you might want to sort of think about who you're designing this collection for, like who is the wearer in your mind, and then put in like the right kind of fabric, the right kind of techniques that also makes the clothes wearable. Yeah.
Okay. Marks from you, Ananya.
We would like to score her 8.
8. Neeraj?
A 7.5, please.
7.5. Riddhi?
8.
8. And finally, Ikshit?
7.5, please.
7.5. So altogether, so we have 31 marks for you, Sarah. So, wonderful marks. I think the judges are very impressed with your technique and the way, and we can see that there is a student, a budding and a blooming student working towards the future. And I like the fact that you took the risk of doing whatever you wanted to, not playing it safe. Well, sometimes you take it away and sometimes you're there and you can come back much better next time, stronger and better. So that's 31 for you. Thank you so much, Sarah. I quickly move on to NIFD Global Vadodara or Baroda with an interior presentation by Preet Manhar Bhai Baria. So this is Preet Manhar Bhai Baria interior presentation from NIFD Global Baroda. जी, हाय.
हाँ सर, आवाज आ रही है? आप
जी आ रही है, शुरू कीजिएगा.
Good morning, good afternoon, jury members. My name is Preet Manhar Baria from INFD Global Vadodara, and I am currently studying ID 3rd year. और मैंने इस साल की जो थीम थी सिटीस्केप, उसमें से मैंने चाइनीज सिटीस्केप को लेके उसके ब्रिजेस जो चाइना के मेन एलिमेंट्स है, उसमें से मैंने एक ब्रिजेस एलिमेंट लिया है, जिसको जैसे कि चाइना के पास्ट, प्रेजेंट और फ्यूचर एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं, वैसे ही हमको ब्रिजेस एक जगह से दूसरी जगह को जोड़ते हैं. उसी चीज को मैंने यहाँ पे मेरे मॉडल में आपको बताने की कोशिश की हुई है, जिसमें मैंने चाइना के ऐसे कुछ ट्रेडिशनल और कल्चर को प्रेजेंट करते हुए ड्रैगन को भी मैंने यहाँ पे एलिमेंट के तौर से यूज किया हुआ है. और चाइना के जो कलर है, न्यूट्रल कलर, वो उसमें से रेड कलर जो बहुत शुभ माना जाता है, उसको भी मैंने यहाँ पे मिनिमल थीम में यहाँ पे बताया हुआ है. और मैंने सर 1 मिनट मॉडल के ऊपर कैमरा. तो यहाँ पे मैंने पूरा, ये मेरा मॉडल है, तो उसमें मैंने यहाँ पे जो ये फॉयर लिया हुआ है वो मेरे पास्ट के ट्रेडिशनल बिल्डिंग्स में से मैंने उसको यहाँ पे लिया हुआ है. उसके बाद यहाँ पे मेरा एक ट्रेडिशनल ब्रिज है जो कनेक्ट करता है मेरे मॉडर्न कंटेम्प्रेरी ब्रिज को, जो ग्लास ब्रिज है हमारा. और यहाँ पे जो मेरा ड्रैगन था, यहाँ पे जो मैंने ड्रैगन था, उसको मैंने ऐसे थोड़ा डिजाइन लाइट की एलिमेंट की तरह यूज किया हुआ है. और मेरी जो मॉडल है वो बैक स्टेज से आएगी, और यहाँ पे मैंने 2 एंट्री दी हुई है, राइट एंड लेफ्ट साइड. तो यहाँ पे वो आके मेन हमारे जो पास्ट से हमारा फॉयर आया है वहां पे यहाँ पे एंटर होगी. और जो हमारी एंट्री है उसको ब्लॉक करने के लिए यहाँ पे मैंने दोनों साइड एलईडी स्क्रीन दिखाई हुई है. और वो उस मॉडल मेरी उसके बाद ट्रेडिशनल ब्रिज से होके हमारे कंटेम्प्रेरी ग्लास ब्रिज पे आएगी. और अभी जो चाइना के अंदर जो टेक्नोलॉजी और इन्वेंशन हो रहे हैं उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए मैंने यहाँ पे वाटर कर्टन क्रिएट किया हुआ है, जो मेरे मॉडल्स के जब फोटो क्लिक करेंगे तभी उसके लिए काम आएगी वो. और यहाँ पे मैंने साइड में मेरा जो सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट किया हुआ है वो भी मैंने जो मेरे रैम्प का डिजाइन है उसी के शेप में डिजाइन किया हुआ है, ताकि सबको अच्छे से व्यू मिल सके. और उसके सामने ही मैंने रैम्प के सामने एक मीडिया बॉक्स रखा है जो मेरे पूरे रैम्प को कवर करेगा मॉडल जब वॉक करेगी तब.
ओके, कैमरामैन एकदम सामने आइए, एकदम सामने आइए और वहां रुक जाइए. प्लीज डोंट मूव द कैमरा एट ऑल. ओके, ये आपने जो रैम्प बनाया है, रैम्प के बारे में बोलिए.
हाँ सर, मैंने यहाँ पे जो रैम्प बनाया है उसमें से ये ट्रेडिशनल ब्रिज लिया हुआ है जो हमारे पास्ट से आता है, चाइना के पास से. और यहाँ पे मैंने कंटेम्प्रेरी ब्रिज लिया हुआ है जो ग्लास ब्रिज है, अभी मॉडर्न चाइना का.
तो
और
ये एक सेकेंड, तो ये ग्लास ब्रिज है. प्लीज कैमरामैन डोंट मूव एनीथिंग. कैमरामैन को बोलिएगा कैमरा को एक ही जगह रखे. हाँ, ये ग्लास का रैंप है, ये आप बोल रहे हैं?
यस सर. लेकिन
तो शुरू हाँ जी,
हाँ सर, उसके ऊपर हम ग्लास नहीं रखेंगे, हम फ्लेक्सी ग्लास और एक्रेलिक शीट दोनों यूज कर सकते हैं।
ओके, ऑल द वे ये पूरे सर्कुलर उसमें फ्लेक्सी ग्लास आने वाला है।
हाँ सर।
ओके, और आपका ये जो ड्रैगन है ये कितना नीचे तक होगा?
सर वो हमारा ट्रस है जो 20 फीट पे है, तो सिर्फ ड्रैगन हमारा जो आएगा वो मे बी मतलब 12 से 15 फीट के ऊपर ही होगा।
ओके, और लाइटिंग आपकी कहाँ कहाँ से आ रही है बताइए?
सर ये हमारी लाइटिंग दोनों ट्रस के ऊपर जो ये दोनों मेंबर है उधर ही आएगी, और ये वाला जो मैंने ड्रैगन के अंदर जो लाइट लिया हुआ है वो एकदम सॉफ्ट लाइट, एक सॉफ्ट लाइट की तरह है, जो किसी भी तरह से हमारे मॉडल को इरिटेट या डिस्टर्ब नहीं करेगी।
ओके, ठीक है।
तो
ओके,
सर मेरा
एनीथिंग
वॉक
एल्स?
थ्रू सर
हाँ
मेरा
जी,
वॉक थ्रू भी है।
जी हाँ, वॉक थ्रू दिखाइएगा। Okay, I'm Ritik, quickly going to come to you.
Yeah.
Let's start with your comments, please.
हाय प्रीत।
हाय मैम।
तो प्रीत, आपने शुरुआत की कह के कि आप ब्रिजेस से इंस्पायर हो रहे हैं,
Yes.
चाइनीज ब्रिजेस से, बट जब आपने आपका प्रेजेंटेशन कंटिन्यू किया उसमें द चाइनीज रूफ इज देयर, उनके ड्रैगन भी आ गए, उनके कलर्स भी आ गए, उनका ब्रिज भी आ गया। तो आई जस्ट फेल्ट कि आप बहुत सारे चीजें एक साथ लाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। आप सिर्फ ब्रिजेस पे ही रुक जाते तो भी काफी था। आई डोंट थिंक इतनी सारी चीजों को लाने की जरूरत थी, बिकॉज जब आपने वो किया तो वो साथ में नहीं आ पाए, वो खिचड़ी बन गई है, एंड वो एक साथ नहीं, वो माहौल नहीं क्रिएट हो रहा है एक दूसरे के साथ। वो एक है। दूसरा, आप जो दो ब्रिजेस को कनेक्ट कर रहे हो ऑफ द ओल्ड एंड न्यू, कॉन्सेप्चुअली वेरी नाइस कि ओल्ड न्यू, एवरी सिटी इज ओल्ड एंड न्यू, बट एग्जीक्यूशन वाइज जब आप उस पर चलेंगे, आपका रैंप ऊपर चढ़ के नीचे उतर रहा है, फिर ग्लास में उतर रहा है, उसका जो जंक्शन है उस पे हर मॉडल ट्रिप होके गिरेगा आपके मॉडल्स में, अगर आप देखोगे तो आई थिंक वो ट्रांजिशन आपको पहले सोचना पड़ेगा। एक तो उठान है, फिर ढलान है, फिर ट्रांजिशन है, तो वो कभी भी इतने हाई हील्स के साथ बहुत मुश्किल होता है। इट्स बेटर टू गिव अ फ्लैट दिस
मैम
थिंग।
कुछ बोल
हाँ
सकता
बोलिए।
हूँ? मैम जो हमारा जो ट्रेडिशनल ब्रिज है और जो मेरे पीछे का जो स्टेज है उसके के भी सिर्फ 4 to 6 इंच का ही मतलब राउंड हमने लिया हुआ है, मतलब जो ट्रेडिशनल ब्रिज का, तो
करेक्ट।
नहीं हो सकता है।
हाँ, मगर आप कभी हील्स पहन के चले हैं 4-6 इंच के?
नहीं, कभी
हाँ,
नहीं।
तो वो थोड़ा ध्यान देना मुश्किल होता है कि कितना उठाना है, कितना ढलाना है, एंड वो ट्रांजिशन बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है टू मैनूवर व्हेन यू आर एक्चुअली फोकसिंग ऑन द रैंप वॉक। तो आई थिंक वो ब्रिज अगर आप थोड़ा और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट वे में रेप्लिकेट कर पाते थे, वो दैट वुड हैव बीन अ नाइसर थिंग टू डू। सेकंड, वो वाटर कर्टन जो आपने इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि वो क्यों किया है आपने, उसका क्या आपको लगता है वैल्यू एडिशन है इन द होल स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स?
मैम वो इसके लिए ताकि मॉडल का अगर बाद में जब वहां पे यहाँ पे आए मॉडल, तब उसका फोटो क्लिक करने के लिए या अदरवाइज जब कोई भी शो ना हो रहा हो, मॉडल जब रनवे पे ना हो, तब आज साइड में जो व्यूअर्स बैठे होंगे उनके लिए एक मूवमेंट क्रिएट करने के लिए वो मैंने क्रिएट किया था। और वाटर कर्टन का डेंसिटी बहुत ही लेस है, इट्स अ थ्रेड वाटर टाइप।
करेक्ट, बट उसके जो ड्रॉपलेट्स बाहर उछलते हैं एंड जो आसपास बैठेंगे, आई थिंक इट मे कॉज अ लिटिल डिस्कम्फर्ट। उसका नॉइज फैक्टर भी होता है वाटर कर्टन का, जो आपको ध्यान में रखना है। हाँ
मैम उसमें नहीं होगा क्योंकि हमने यहाँ पे ना प्लास्टिक के जो थ्रेड्स आते हैं नायलॉन्स के, वो यहाँ पे अगर हम यहाँ पे लेंगे तो पानी एकदम सीधा वो थ्रेड्स के ऊपर ही आएगा नीचे, तो ना शोर आएगा ना पानी बाहर निकलेगा।
एंड ये थ्रेड्स के डिस्टेंस क्या होंगे एक दूसरे के बीच में?
इस थ्रेड के डिस्टेंस 2 फीट से लेके 3.5 फीट तक हो सकते हैं।
तो अगर ये वाटर थ्रेड इतने बारीक होंगे तो एक्चुअली कोई विजुअल क्रिएट कर पाएंगे 2-2 फुट के डिस्टेंस पे, rather than being closer together?
क्योंकि मेरा जो राउंड का जो सर्कुलर है वो थोड़ा बड़ा है, तो 2 से 3 फीट हमने हो सकता है मैम।
ओके, मुझे नहीं लगता है, मगर आप कह रहे हो तो मैं मान लेती हूँ आपकी बात। एंड जो ड्रैगन आपने इंट्रोड्यूस किया है रैंप के ऊपर,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
one, it is very heavy, and I'm sure Neeraj will comment on the heaviness of that the sculpture that you're creating, because अगर ट्रस इतना लोड ऑलरेडी ले रहा है तो is there a point in introducing a dragon there? And does it create any sort of an effect at that level? If your eye level is here and
Yes.
everyone's focus is going to be on your models who are here, so why spend that money on on an element there? So I just think आपने बहुत सारी चीजें, like I said in the beginning, लाने की कोशिश की है. तो conceptually I don't think वो ज़्यादा work करता है. Functionally also there are a lot of drawbacks of the bridge connectivity, of the water curtain, and so on and so forth. So I think आपको थोड़ा और सोचना चाहिए, मेहनत करनी चाहिए. Technically बहुत सोचने की आपको जरूरत है. Okay.
Right.
Thank you,
Ikshit, coming to you.
या सो मैं बस वही ऐड करूंगा, 2-3 बातें जो प्रॉब्ली आपने भी सुन ली हैं. बट एस्थेटिकली ज्यादा कुछ रॉन्ग नहीं है, एक्सेप्ट दैट वाटर कर्टेन एंड द ड्रैगन आर अ बिट, थोड़ा डिस्ट्रैक्शन है विजुअल में, क्योंकि जब आप कोई डिजाइनर के लिए शो सेट बनाते हो तो सारा फोकस कपड़ों पे होना चाहिए और कुछ बाकी सब नॉइज है. दूसरा मेरी एक, हाँ बताइए.
हाँ सर, आप यस सर.
दूसरा मेरी ये एडवाइस है कि आपका कॉन्सेप्ट ये 2 टाइप के ब्रिजेस का काफी स्ट्रांग है, बट आपको ऑडियंस के हिसाब से भी देखना है उनको कितना समझ में आएगा, हाउ मच विल दे अंडरस्टैंड एंड रीड इनटू इट. एंड वो एक शो में जिसमें सब कुछ कपड़े के बारे में, वो उनका क्या टेक अवे होगा, क्योंकि अभी आपका ये कॉन्सेप्ट तो बहुत बढ़िया है बट इट्स क्रिएटिंग टेक्निकल चैलेंजेस. आपका वो आर्च एक प्रॉब्लम है. दूसरा, walking with heels on a plexiglass or this sort of a surface is also not easiest. मतलब अगर मैं चलूंगा तो मैं 2 बार सोचूंगा कि कहीं मैं फिसल ना जाऊं इस पे, राइट? सो दैट मटेरियल इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू, तो उस पे थोड़ा ध्यान देना है. अदरवाइज एस्थेटिकली इट्स अ ओके डिजाइन, क्रिएटिवली यू कैन पुश इट अ लिटिल बिट मोर. And I think China is in a huge demand right now. I didn't know China is doing so well on their messaging. Everybody is inspired from China. But yeah, I think थोड़ा सा आपको इस पे ध्यान देना पड़ेगा कि आप इंस्पिरेशन को कितना आगे ले जाना चाहते हो.
Okay sir, thank you.
जी, नीरज, coming to you.
Okay, hi Preet.
Hi sir.
हेलो, वाह क्या हंसी आई है. मैं खुश हो गया देख के.
सर आपको, सर एक मिनट सर, आपको मैं काफी टाइम से हम देखते हैं तो बहुत एक एक्साइटमेंट होता है कि आप क्या कमेंट करोगे. हम सबको ऐसा ही लगता है सर हर बार.
थैंक यू.
हमको भी लगता है.
आप गलत कमेंट करोगे तो भी हमको ऐसा लगेगा कि नहीं सर ने बोला है तो ठीक है.
अरे यार ऐसा मत बोलो.
नहीं सर, सच्ची में.
थैंक यू, दैट्स वेरी 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 स्वीट ऑफ यू एंड वेरी हम्बलिंग, पर इसके पॉइंट्स नहीं मिलेंगे.
नहीं सर, कोई बात नहीं, चलेंगे.
मजाक कर रहा हूं यार, मैं मजाक कर रहा हूं.
चलेंगे.
ओके, सो बच्चे, एफर्ट आपने अपनी तरफ से पूरा किया है, देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट. लेकिन कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं, जैसे कि अगर आपने पहले भी हम लोग के फीडबैक्स अगर सुने हो तो जैसे आपने ड्रैगन, पता हो क्या रहा है, ये सेट जो है ना, ये इतना चाइनीज हेवी सेट हो गया है. विद all due respect to China, especially dragon is a very cultural element.
Yes sir.
पीछे आपने जो दरवाजा दिया है, it's a very cultural element. I'm not going on the red color. So it has become so specific to China that anything that a designer has only designed keeping a Chinese silhouette, a Chinese art form, a Chinese collection, they will only be able to present on this. So it makes it very specific to that. दूसरी चीज, जैसा कि आपको रिद्धि ने बोला कि नीरज फिर बोलेगा ड्रैगन के बारे में, तो वो जो ड्रैगन आपने बनाया है ना, वो किस मटेरियल का है
सर? वो मतलब एकदम थिन जो मेटल की सीट आएगी एल्यूमिनियम की, उससे उससे और उसमें थोड़ा MDF यूज करके हम बना सकते हैं और उसके ऊपर पेंट कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, तो ऐसी चीजों की ना जरूरत होती नहीं है, बिकॉज अगेन विद द ड्रैगन यू सडनली वेंट वेरी लिटरल. उतना लिटरल जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. फिर उसके बाद जो है, जैसा आपको रिद्धि ने भी बोला कि आपका वो जो वुडन ब्रिज और जो ग्लास है ना, वो ट्रांजिशन इज अ वेरी डाइसी थिंग, बिकॉज जब इतना सारा लाइट्स ऑन होता है ना, तो मॉडल्स को सिर्फ अपना पाथ अपनी आई लाइन में दिखता है, नीचे उनका ध्यान भी नहीं जाता है. सो वेन एवर वी आर प्लानिंग अ सेट, हमारा सबसे बड़ा कंसर्न ये होता है कोई भी ऐसा एलिमेंट ना डाले जहां पे कि मॉडल अनजाने में भी ट्रिप कर जाए.
ओके सर.
So design element wise, it is nice. Now the major problem that I have with this set is, इसकी costing क्या है?
सर ये मेरा मॉड्यूलर है और मॉड्यूलर पूरा सेट है, तो इसकी कॉस्टिंग 15 से 20 लाख के अंदर हो सकता है.
ये जो आपने वाटर बॉडी बनाई है और इसको जो आपने एक्रिलिक से कवर किया है, ये 15 से 20 लाख में बन रही है.
सर वाटर बॉडी का नीचे का एलिमेंट 15, मतलब नीचे का है तो पूरा एक जो वाटरप्रूफ मटेरियल आते हैं उससे बनेगा, सिर्फ ब्रिज ओनली फॉर उससे बनेगा।
पर आपको ये पता है ना, जहां पर आप शो करते हो किसी भी स्ट्रक्चर को वाटरप्रूफ बनाने के लिए, क्योंकि उसके आसपास लोग बैठे हैं, वो उसमें से निकल के दरिया नहीं बन जाती है। ऑन दैट नोट, आर यू ऑल ओके इन योर फैमिली, बिकॉज इट इज बड़ोड़ा, वहां पे बहुत फ्लड्स आए थे, इज एवरीथिंग ओके?
वही सर, वही बोल रहा था कि वो पानी आया, वो
आई नो, तुम्हारे यहाँ भी फ्लड आया और तुमने पानी डाल दिया सेट के अंदर।
हाँ सर।
नो, सो बच्चे, ये स्पेशली, अब मैं ये आप सबको बता दूं जो भी देखते हैं, लैक्मे फैशन वीक के अंदर स्पेशली आज तक सिर्फ एक शो हुआ है जहां पर पानी अलाउ किया गया था, वो भी फिनाले था, क्योंकि उसके बाद और कोई शो नहीं होना था। लैक्मे फैशन वीक में जो भी लोग आते हैं उनको वाटर बॉटल तक नहीं अलाउड होती है शो एरियाज में लेके जाने के लिए, क्योंकि वहां पर शोज एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद एक होते हैं, और वहां अगर पानी गिर गया, इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू क्लियर इट अप, और वो सब कारपेट होता है, उसमें पानी सोक हो जाएगा, वो स्मेल करना शुरू कर देगा। सो इसीलिए वाटर इज वन थिंग दैट हम लोगों ने क्या कहते हैं, मैंने पहले भी फीडबैक बोला है, वाटर इज समथिंग दैट्स अ नो एट फैशन वीक, बट आई विल लीव दैट असाइड। मैं आपकी क्रिएटिविटी पे आता हूं। पानी का सेट बच्चे बनाना इज अ वेरी एक्सपेंसिव थिंग टू अंडरटेक एंड अ वेरी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग थिंग। यूजुअली ऐसे सेट्स बनाए जाते हैं अगर कोई कुट्योर प्रेजेंटेशन हो रही हो, जहां पर आपके पास एक दिन 2 दिन है सेट लगाने के लिए। यहां पर जैसे टर्न अराउंड होता है ना 40-40 मिनट में, वहां पर आप कितना भी मॉड्यूलर ले आओ, वो मॉड्यूलर का एक मॉडल ही आएगा, बाकी कुछ नहीं आएगा।
ओके सर,
ठीक है। और आपको जैसे रिद्धि मैम बोल रही थी, वो जो आपके वर्टिकल वाटर कर्टन्स है ना,
यस सर,
क्योंकि आपने एक तो एक्रिलिक दिया है, यहां पर चांस की बात है, वो पानी म्यूजिक की वाइब्रेशन से भी अगर जरा सा भी उस पे गिर गया एक्रिलिक पे, तो मॉडल के फिसलने का डर है।
यस सर।
तो अगेन ऑपरेशनली इट कैन बी चैलेंजिंग, सो वन हैज टू बी वेरी 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 केयरफुल। और ये जैसा सेट आपने बनाया ना, ये एक लाइव चाइनीज लोकेशन हो सकती है, सेट नहीं बनाएगा कोई भी ऐसा।
ओके सर,
ठीक है, पर आपने एफर्ट डाला है, वो दिख रहा है, और आपके पास हर चीज का जवाब भी है, वो भी दिख रहा है, सो दैट मींस यू थॉट इट थ्रू, व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
यस सर,
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू सर, और आपके कमेंट्स के लिए भी थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर, आपने इतनी शांति से सुना।
इस बात के लिए आपके 0.5 यहीं पे कम हो जाते हैं।
ठीक है सर, कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा, नीरज सर ने बोल दिया तो ठीक है।
चलिए, ओके। मुझे लगता है कि नीरज का जो अगला सेट है अभी यही बनाने वाले हैं, वो बहुत ही सिंपल सी बात है।
उसके पैसे, उसकी फंडिंग अमन देने वाले हैं।
हाँ, Ananya, coming to you, comments from your side.
Yes, I think on the same page, we are on the same page with everybody else on the jury, that some elements can be used and maybe more efficiently by like someone senior. And but you know, thematically, maybe it's too restrictive for like a fashion show unless the designer has also created something similar to the theme of this set. And one thing that Shefali highlighted is that, you know, using so much glass would be difficult to construct, you know, at like a fashion show. So that's something that one needs to, the technicalities, the impracticality of the set is something that needs to be reconsidered. And we would like to score him 7.5.
Okay, 7. Okay, I think we've taken enough time. I'm sorry, Preet, बहुत सारा समय हो गया है. We have other members also waiting, and we have already given you more than double the time. Anyway, so 7.5 from Ananya. Neeraj, marks from you. Audio, please. Audio.
Sorry. For the effort, 7.5.
7.5.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Riddhi, coming to you.
7.
7.
Thank you,
and Ananya. Sorry. Finally, Ikshit.
7.5.
Okay, 7.5.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Preet, the final marks are 29.5 marks for you, Preet. And effort आपका बढ़िया है, बहुत कुछ आपने सोचा है, but बहुत सारी चीजें एक साथ में यहाँ पे जुड़ गई हैं. And of course, 3-4 जो points हमारे jury members ने आपको बताए, जो feasible नहीं हो पाएंगे इस तरह के set में. So keep that in mind. Thank you so much. Quickly, we're going to move to the fashion presentation. Again, NIFD Global Baroda. We have Kinjal Dave and Prachi Patel with their fashion presentation. So Kinjal and Prachi, और इसके बाद मैं चाहूंगा कि NIFD Global लखनऊ जो है एकदम तैयार रहें, We only have one presentation. No, we have two from Lucknow. First is going to be interior by Palak. Is समय, this is Kinjal and Prachi from NIFD Global Baroda with the fashion presentation. Please start.
Hello, we are audible, sir.
Yes, please. Please start.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Kinjal Dave and she is Prachi. We are representing and showcasing our fashion collection, Eternal Citadel.
हमारा कलेक्शन इटर्नल सिटाडेल माइथोलॉजिकल स्प्लेंडर द इंद्रप्रस्थ महल जो कि माया महल के नाम से भी जाना जाता है उससे हम इंस्पायर्ड हुए हैं। इंद्रप्रस्थ हिस्ट्री में सबसे ऐतिहासिक और शानदार आर्किटेक्चरल अजूबा माना जाता है। उसको हमने अपने क्रिएटिव एक्सप्रेशन के साथ इन्विजन करके हमारा ये कलेक्शन रेडी किया है।
हमारे कलेक्शन में हमने इंद्रप्रस्थ का इल्यूजन एलिमेंट लिया है। जो व्हाइट कलर है वहाँ का एस्थेटिक रिप्रेजेंट करता है। हमने इल्यूजन के लिए प्लीटिंग, क्विल्टिंग और ब्रीडिंग टेक्निक यूज की है।
तो हमारा ये फर्स्ट गारमेंट है जो कि हमने इमेजिनरी इंस्पिरेशन के स्ट्रक्चर से हमने ये डिजाइन किया है और उसके ऊपर हमने क्रॉप जैकेट स्टाइल किया है जिसपे एलाबरेट क्विल्ट वर्क है और स्ट्रक्चर गारमेंट पे हमने ब्रीडिंग दी है।
ये सेकेंड गारमेंट है जो ओवरले गारमेंट है जहाँ पे ओवरले पॉकेट है जहाँ पे क्विल्टिंग टेक्निक यूज की है। यहाँ पे प्लीटिंग टेक्निक है और हमने यहाँ पे उसके साथ पैंट दिया।
सो द हमारा कलेक्शन इज लग्जरी प्रेट और कुटियर का मिश्रण है जो कि हमने कमर्शियल एस्पेक्ट के साथ डिजाइनर रेंज देने का ट्राई किया है।
ओके, जरा मॉडल को भेजिए कैमरा के पास एक एक करके, क्लोज टू द कैमरा आइए। जी, टर्न अराउंड प्लीज। कैमरामैन गो क्लोजर। जो काम उन्होंने किया है वो जरा दिखाइएगा। जो काम, हाँ प्लीज फोकस कीजिएगा। ओके, कैन यू गो डाउन? नीचे जाइए प्लीज। ओके जी, कैन वी हैव द अदर मॉडल प्लीज? द अदर मॉडल, थैंक यू। आगे आइए। ओके, कैन वी टर्न अराउंड प्लीज? पूरा घूम जाइएगा। Okay, thank you so much. I think I just feel it's very plain and very basic. Ikshit, आपसे शुरू करते हैं। I'm sure there is there much to say about this?
So काम काफी बेसिक है। I think आपका this could be your conceptual garments जहाँ से आप really डिजाइनिंग शुरू करते हो, बट अभी इनको उस नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाना है जहाँ पे ये एक्चुअल गारमेंट्स बन के आए। तो ये अभी लग रहा है जैसे आपका मूड बोर्ड है कि आप क्या क्या करना चाहते हो, बट क्योंकि आपका कलर पैलेट भी बहुत फ्लैट है, आपका वर्क भी जो है वो भी बहुत टोनल है, और सो थोड़ा सा इसको एलिवेट करने के लिए आपको नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे लेके जाना पड़ेगा। अदरवाइज इसके लिए उतना आपको मार्केट वगैरह नहीं मिलेगा। रिसेप्शन इज नॉट देयर। सो योर इंस्पिरेशन इज ब्यूटिफुल। आई ऑल्सो लाइक कि आपने एक बड़ी ट्रेडिशनल सी इंस्पिरेशन को तो काफी कंटेम्प्रेरी ट्विस्ट दिया है, बट अभी आधा काम बाकी है इसमें, क्योंकि ये बिल्कुल एक फ्लैट कैनवस दिख रहा है and it's asking for more. So it seems like a bit of incomplete journey to a finished garment.
Okay, wonderful. Riddhi, coming to you, आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
Hi, Kinjal, Prachi. I think I'm aligned with what Ikshit was saying. I think you could have played with the color palette थोड़ा और white on white, tone on tone is a nice thing to do, but इसमें आपकी जो strength है, skills है, वो नहीं बाहर आ रही है, ना ही कोई टेक्निक बाहर आ रही है to the level that you would like it to. I also think the quality of work also is a little subpar. I think it could have been better. Your sketches were great. I think there was a lot of potential there. I think वो नहीं आया है. I like the small detailing that you've done with the beading on the hair, etc. for both your models, which is nice. But I think overall थोड़ा underwhelming है because there's not much. It's not simulating enough for anybody, for your audience or anyone who's looking at a fashion piece like that, I think.
Okay. Neeraj, coming to you.
Okay. So, hi Palak. Sorry. Hi, Kinjal.
Kinjal,
Hi,
and
Kinjal and Prachi.
Hi, sir.
हेलो ओके सो बच्चे आपको बाकी सब फीडबैक तो मिल गया. मैं आपको सिर्फ ये बोलना चाहूंगा, आपने शुरुआत की थी कि हमने माया महल, हमारी जो है मोटिवेशन थी इंद्रप्रस्थ. माया महल के नाम में ही माया है. उस महल की स्पेशलिटी एज पर आवर रिकॉर्ड्स इज कि वहां पर आपको दिखता कुछ था पर होता वो कुछ और था. राइट? यहां पर आपके गारमेंट्स के अंदर, आपकी लुक्स के अंदर ऐसा कुछ आ ही नहीं रहा है. What I see is what I get. माया महल was completely the opposite. ठीक है? और आपने ये जो, जैसे अब मैं आपको क्या बताऊं, ये ना ऐसे जब हम कई बार जब फैशन शोज करते हैं ना, तो डिजाइनर्स के पास लेट्स से उनको खाली लाकर फिटिंग के लिए एक सिलवेट देखनी होती है, लेकिन वो गारमेंट फिर भी सेपरेटली बनाते हैं, उनको बोलते हैं टॉल्स. तुम्हें पता है ना टॉल क्या होता है? मलमल का बनता है. ठीक है? ये ऐसे लग रहे हैं जैसा आपको इक्षित ने भी बोला, that these are looking like you have just made the toile. अभी इसका गारमेंट बनना है. Yes, you have gone ahead and done, you know, your quilting technique आपने किया है, आपने उसको pleating किया है. But अब जैसे आपका केज है जो आपने अपने लेफ्ट साइड वाले गारमेंट में डाला है, who will wear something like this which wherein the cage is clearly seen through the naked eye? So this could be that, oh, you know what, अच्छा मैंने अभी खाली टॉल बनाया है, मैंने एक ऐसा सर्किट देना है, उसके अंदर मैं कुछ और डालूंगी by the time I reach the final leg of the garment. So they are looking very incomplete right now. Okay. ठीक है? और दूसरा जो है मैंने क्या लिखा था, construction is an issue, incomplete I had written, and they're looking like toils. And yeah, the motivation can't be Maya Mahal for this. Maya Mahal was too like और डिफरेंट लेवल. अगर आपको माया महल पे बेस्ड अगर कोई वो देखनी है ना कलेक्शन, सो आई गिव यू, देयर इज अ डिजाइनर कॉल्ड PIUX, PIU.
ओके.
उनके फैब्रिक, वो भी प्लीटिंग यूज करते हैं. उनकी क्या टेक्निक है, अगर आप गारमेंट को लेफ्ट से देखोगे, वो प्लीटिंग के अंदर डाइंग ऐसे करते हैं, अगर आप गारमेंट को लेफ्ट से देखोगे तो आपको लगेगा वो ग्रीन कलर का है. सेम गारमेंट को आप राइट से देखोगे, वो आपको लगेगा ब्लू कलर का है. दैट इज Maya Mahal. Okay, so one needs to be very careful of what is going and one is going and pitching. Thank you so much.
Okay, and finally, Ananya, coming to you.
I think we felt that though quilting, embossing are good techniques, but in this collection they don't really play out very well, and that the trousers especially are very poorly constructed. And if any sort of like color blocking could have been introduced, I think that would have provided a better canvas to the techniques that you guys have wanted to use. And the white is so it's giving out that clinical white vibe that's not working. It's just like a blank canvas with nothing on it at this point. So that's like the general overview, I would say.
Okay. Marks from your side, Ananya.
7. Yeah.
7. Riddhi?
7.
7. Neeraj?
7, please.
So that's 21. And finally, I have Ikshit.
7, please.
Okay, so that's 7. So that's 28 marks for you, the two of you. Kinjal and Prachi, जैसे सबने कहा है कि there is बहुत कम, I think वो risk आपने नहीं लिया है. The color is white, everything is very simple. तो वो लाइफ में थोड़ा सा रिस्क लेना बहुत जरूरी है. Make the effort. Thank you so much. So 28 marks for you. That's Kinjal and Prachi. I move on quickly to interior presentation by Palak Agrawal, and she comes in from NIFD Global Lucknow. NIFD Global Lucknow, interior presentation by Palak Agrawal. Palak, if you can hear me, please start the presentation.
Yes, sir.
Please start.
Good afternoon, all the jury members. I'm Palak Agarwal from NIFD Lucknow. My concept name is Rampway Diamonds, and I have taken inspiration from the city Surat. Surat diamond city है और silk city है इंडिया है और डायमंड का स्ट्रक्चर लिया है और केबल ब्रिज लिया है सूरत सिटी से इंस्पायर होके. ये मेरा मॉडल है जिसमें सर मैंने ये
Okay, there seems to be some kind of a problem with NIFD Global Lucknow with Palak Agrawal. I would I would request the center to please make sure that the connectivity works. I'm going to quickly move on to NIFD Global, Kolkata, Lindsay Street. This is an interior presentation by Zareen Fatma. Zareen Fatma, NIFD Global, Kolkata, Lindsay Street. I request Lucknow to get the connectivity right. I'm going to move quickly to Kolkata, Lindsay Street, interior presentation by Zareen Fatma. Zareen, are you there? I can still see NIFD Global, Lucknow. Please can someone connect me to NIFD Global, Kolkata, Lindsay Street? Okay, Zareen Fatma, interior presentation. Can you hear me? Well, it's a request for all the centers to be ready when you... Come on, quickly.
Hello, sir, you can hear me?
Yes, I can. Please start. Zareen Fatma.
Good afternoon, jury. My name is Zareen and I'm here to present my design, The Absurd Creation. For the topic, Cityscapes and Style, I had chosen my favorite architecture from the world, the Atomium Building, Brazil. The Atomium Building was built in 1950s, post First World War, to celebrate the atomic age. It has a very scientific appeal, and hence it gives my space a very modern and a cutting-edge look. I have used the 9 globes of the Atomium Building, which are basically the 9 atoms of the iron molecule in a very symmetrical pattern. The backdrop represents the city of Brazil, its colorful vibe through the acrylic sheet, while the main stage has the cobbled streets and the greenery around it. If you view it from the head ramp, you can see that the globes are positioned in a very symmetrical pattern on poles. When the model walks through the ramp, she will be going through here through the tunnels. The tunnel acts as the entry and the exit point. The entry and the exit point have been inspired by the interiors of the Atomium Building, which is mostly red in color. The Atomium Building has globes connected through poles, which has escalator in it. So I have tried to recreate the same mystery here. Also, if you can see that the globes are positioned on the poles, I have tried to show the connection of the connection of globes through poles at various parts of my design. These poles not only give support to my globe, but also give illumination to the ramp and creates a very soft ambience. And the light is through the truss. So I have basically dismantled the architecture and arranged its components in a way that it maintains the symmetrical pattern of the building, yet it gives a new dimension to my design. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what is the green color on the ramp, please? Is that, what is it?
It's a vinyl print, sir. Vinyl print.
It's a vinyl print, okay?
Yes, sir.
And ये जो structures, जो molecules ramp के ऊपर हैं, how are they standing? How are they standing, please?
Sir, they are on support with the globe. They are welded with the poles. They are welded with the poles. These are made of aluminium. For the materials, I've tried to go as sustainable as possible by using aluminium, steel, and MDF.
Okay, for the molecules on the ramp.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the entry, the red color entry, what is that made of?
Sir, that's also flex printed, sir.
Okay.
But it has a very a red velvety finish.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir. And the seating arrangement is in the black,
Step
right?
Sir. Yes, sir. Step seating, sir.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Let's start with Riddhi. I think I'm sure you have a lot to say. Riddhi.
Sorry, I was on mute. Hi, Zareen. How are you?
Good, ma'am.
So, Zareen, I'm a little curious of a few things that I want to ask you.
Sure.
I know you've taken the Atomic Building and you've kind of tried to deconstruct it and put it the way you have done it. I just think one, it's making the whole space look very bulky and larger than life in terms of scale.
Okay.
I want to understand the height of these globes that you have in
ma'am.
the rampway.
So the first one is at 13 feet.
Okay.
The next one is at a higher rate of, there's a difference of 3 feet between each globe. So this is 13, so this goes 18. So the next one goes 21.
And then 24, and the last one at the back would be about 30.
Not, ma'am, it's going around 28. Not 30, but yeah, 28.
The truss would be at?
Ma'am, 34. As my design, it goes going to 34 feet.
It looks more than 4 feet difference there. So now you tell me what will be, I mean, it's an indoor set, outdoor set?
Ma'am, it's an outdoor set. Ma'am, I'll just switch on the lights.
All right. So thank you for those specifications, Zareen. But I just think, one, when you have those globes for lighting, right? You will have lighting which is not uniform across the entire rampway. So
can I, for that 1 second, we'll be having wires. They are very thin wires which we usually use to hang props from the above part. So we can use those.
This is for the molecules you're talking about.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, for the molecules.
So, but I asked you कि molecules किस पे खड़े हुए हैं? आपने मुझे बताया कि वो जो.
Sir, I thought you were asking about what are these? Sorry, sir.
So So the molecules
they have a support of poles also, but also we can use those invisible wires, those thin invisible wire which we use to hang anything for props that we use. We can use them to give a little bit of more support.
No. Please understand. जो आपने हमको दिखाया है, we are going to comment on that. आप किससे और क्या कर सकते हो? उसका presumption will keep changing. What you made right now is what we comment on. So a simple question: the molecules that are on the ramp, where are they standing? How are they standing? Simple answer to that.
So they are welded through the poles, but we will actually, because I cannot show it from here, but there'll be invisible.
No. That's okay. I understand the point. But so we take it they're welded to the poles. That's it.
Yes, sir.
At the moment. Riddhi, please.
So I think in set design, Zareen, getting into welding, etc., is more tedious and time consuming and very bulky affair. So I don't think it works in a set design. It could work in a construction sort of field, which is more where you have more time to do such things. Okay. And I think you're going to use aluminium and metal and MDF to construct these globes and these books, right? So you can't weld aluminium. You can only weld metal. So
ma'am, for the molecules it's metal. For the rest of the part it's MDF.
And where is the aluminium being used?
This is steel. The poles are steel because we need steel to be very to give the supports. We need steel. The molecules are aluminium, but it has a steel finish on it, a metallic paint. If you can see in my material slide, I have used a metallic.
Okay. So say your atoms are aluminium and your poles are steel. It could be stainless steel or mild steel. How will those two fix together? By welding.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't weld aluminium to steel is what I'm trying to tell you. So, Zareen, my whole is, I think, one, you haven't thought through about the fact that how this thing is going to be built, of what material. I can see you improvise as we ask you questions, which is an indication that you can think on your feet, which is a good thing. But I think the requirement of the competition is that you research a little more, think about what materials are going to be used and how will they be joined together, constructed together, how long will it take to construct, what is the cost of steel and aluminium and MDF, all of that coming together. All of these are very expensive things to use, right? Especially steel. That is one thing. Second, I think the way lighting is being worked out through those globes or that green grass in the middle, I just think all of that coming together as elements is not working for me. I just think aesthetically, a lot of work needs to be done of refinement of these elements. They're a little bulky. And I think construction-wise also a lot of thought needs to go in. So overall, I think the effort could have been a lot more in the construction point of view. And also aesthetically, what elements you could have taken from that building and used it here. I think you've overdone the atoms is what my opinion is, which I think takes away from the focus of the clothes that are going to be demoed in this runway. So I think you need to balance that out as to how your elements will complement the show rather than take away from the show. Yeah.
Okay. Quickly coming to Ikshit, I think we are taking too much of time now. Ikshit, comments on this, please.
Yeah. So I'll start from the inspiration. I think the inspiration is too specific. I mean, it's not general enough for it to allow to have a fashion show in here, because we are talking about atoms and a certain kind of building. So unless the collection itself is inspired from this building, I think it would be very difficult to work with this set. Second, I think, there's a bit of a material issue here. As a designer, I would not have, a flex or a vinyl on the set. And I think all materials are not well thought through, because somewhere, some of the materials are very high end, and then some of them are on the other side of the spectrum. So I don't see like a coherent aesthetic thought process sort of running through this. So that's sort of challenging. I think you have also built some steps here, which I know are always a challenge when you're doing a fast-paced fashion show. And I'm sure Neeraj would have had many mini heart attacks by now, because there's a lot that can go wrong here operationally. So I'm going to leave that space for Neeraj to fill in.
Okay.
But yeah, that's from me.
Okay, Neeraj, I'm going to come to you.
I know there's too much time that has gone on this feedback. So
every atom can drop on our heads.
It will be actually an atom something. I don't want to use the word. Okay, so Zareen, hi.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Hi.
bache feedback jo hai, the backstage and the front, the stage area and the ramp are looking like two different sets. There is no coherence there. Very distracting. Nothing is coming together in this. And it is looking more, the stage area is looking more for a pageant than for a fashion show, if I have to put it very subtly. और दूसरा, this is just for you and everybody to know, हम जब भी कुछ ऐसा vertical लगाते हैं ना, in different layers, we always go with the tallest in the front and the shortest at the back. आपने exactly उल्टा किया है. Because आपने जो ramp देखा, आपने ऊपर से देखा, media pit में खड़े होकर देखो, if you want to show depth, you always go tallest to the shortest, never the shortest to the tallest. I mean, never the tallest to the shortest. क्योंकि वो नीचे तो कुछ दिखेगा ही नहीं. जो आपने पीछे इतनी layers बनाई है ना, ये मैंने इसीलिए फोटो भी निकाल के रखा है. ये देखो, दिख रहा है? I don't know if people can see this.
Yes.
You always go tallest at the front and shortest at the back. Then only the depth comes in your visuals. On that note, my feedback is done. So this, and like Riddhi told you, really, really need to think it through. It is not looking that as if it's being thought through. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Okay. Ananya, finally coming to you.
I'll keep it short. Yeah, I'll keep it short. Looks very cluttered and very overpowering, especially in context to a fashion show. And I think materiality is a concern, like Riddhi especially pointed out.
Okay. Marks from you, Ananya?
7.
7. Ikshit, marks from you? 7. That's 14. Neeraj?
7, please.
That's 21. And finally, Riddhi?
7.
28. So those are 28 marks from you. Zareen, I think, but I like the fact which Riddhi pointed out कि जैसे-जैसे हम आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे थे, आप बीच-बीच में answers निकालती जा रही थी, which shows that you can really think on your feet and come back with answers. But there is a lot of homework that needs to be, there's too much happening and बहुत कुछ वहाँ पे हो रहा है. Anyway, so 28 marks for you. I'm going to quickly move on from the interior presentation to the fashion presentation by Sampriti Ghosh and Ivana Sultana, again from NIFD Global Kolkata, Lindsay Street. So Sampriti and Ivana, please quickly get on with the fashion presentation. And I would request NIFD Global Lucknow to be ready, because we're going to quickly come back with the interior presentation by Palak Agrawal. We just have 2 more presentations for the jury members. We have one with Lindsay Street, Kolkata, and one with Lucknow.
Okay. Thank you.
Sampriti, Ivana, if you're ready, please start.
Yes, sir.
Please start.
Hello, judges. Hello, judges. I am Sampriti Ghosh. I am Ivana Sultana. And today we are presenting our collection, Museum Moon. For these, we take inspiration from the State Museum of Tashkent,
a city of Uzbekistan, which was formerly known as Lenin Museum. The main feature of this museum is that it follows modernist architecture while embracing traditional Panjara system. Panjara system is a sunscreen system that works as an insulator or natural air conditioner to the building. Let me clear more elaborately. So this is our inspiration image, that State Museum. And this Jali system is called traditional Panjara system. And this is a curtain wall made of that, out of that Panjara system, but it is made out of steel. We take two fabric manipulation technique. One is macrame with a fabric panel, which resembles with that curtain wall directly. And one is honeycomb smocking that resembles with the outer structure of this architecture. And we take different elements like different shapes, triangle and rectangle, and use in our garment in a different way. For the color palette, we use different shades of gray, which resonates with the color of the architecture. Let's come to garment. In our first garment, we have made a three-piece garment set with a tube top, hot pant, and the pleasure-like outerwear. And here we use we want to create an extended shoulder with sleeve variation to give a structured look to the total outfit. And here we gave a lapel collar variation and used two button to fix the collar. For the fabric manipulation, we use honeycomb smoking technique in the both sides of the garment along to the princess panel, and it's continue in the back the same way. And here we give a slit which makes model move easily. For styling, we gave a black high boots with a white lace and a white macrame necklace. In our second garment, we have made a two-piece garment set with a collarless half-sleeve blazer with a straight leg pant. And we have followed the same shoulder with sleeve variation to the structure look in this garment. And we have used macrame with fabric panel countering each sides of the upper and lower garment. And this macrame continue in the back. And here we give a sleeve to make model move easily. For the accessories, we have give a ankle-length boots with a white. Sorry. For the accessories, we have give a ankle-length boots with a white lace and the handmade earrings and a handmade ring to give a harmonious look to the total outfit. Here is some picture. These both of the garment can be used as a unisex wear. As the outer wear of the both the garment can be carried by any gender in their own style.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And let's start with Ikshit. Comments from your side, please.
Yeah, so tailoring and suiting is a very tricky territory as far as construction is concerned. So brave of you to venture into that. But I still see construction issues with shoulders, especially. I haven't seen the inside of the garments, but I think the shoulders and sleeves of both the looks need a bit of work. I have one feedback for you is that the idea of inspiration is not for the designer to recreate the inspiration. I like how exact you have gone with your inspiration's look and design and aesthetic by recreating it through different techniques, but that's not the idea of inspiration. So I can actually see the building on these clothes, but your job is to question that this is my inspiration and how do I translate it into a fashion garment, right? So what value do you add? How do you take it? How do you push it to the next level? Is something that I think this collection requires, because to apple translation is not the best use of our time. So you have to think critically as a designer, decode your brief, see how you want to take things forward. But overall, I see you can do better with construction and also in interpreting your inspiration into a fashion garment.
Okay, Julie. Riddhi, coming to you.
Yeah, hi Ivana and Sampriti. I think your sketches were good, but the translation didn't work the way I had anticipated it would. I think Akshat has already mentioned about literal translation. Just a couple of more things from my end. I think gray as a color is very tricky again. I think what you've created with it has a very uniform like vibe with it. So not very fashion in my mind at least. So I think that's one. And second, I also thought that the construction could have been better in terms of your outfits. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Neeraj, quickly coming to you.
So, yes. So hi Ivana, hi Sampriti.
Hello, sir.
Okay. So alongside to what Ikshit sir said and Riddhi ma'am told you, bache, just using one color does not ensure that it is one collection. आपकी एक पीस पे पूरा स्मोकिंग है, दूसरे पीस पे पूरा मैक्रमे है. ये दो अलग अलग कलेक्शंस हैं. फैब्रिक एक और कलर एक होना does not imply that it is the same collection. So one has to be very careful. Okay. Literal translation है जो आपको बोला गया है. Silhouettes में you went very like how should I say very safe. ये silhouettes हमने हजारों बार देखी हैं. Construction issues हैं. The good thing is आपने जो gender fluid जो बनाया है, men can also wear, women can also wear. That's an interesting take on that. But आपने जहाँ पे buttons लगाए हैं आपके long jacket पे, I don't think so that is the right place for you to go ahead and put buttons on, even if it is a longer coat. Okay. Coming on to even the sleeves on that jacket on the right side are also short. The sleeves have also not been made to the measurement of the model. And बाकी construction issues तो उसके अंदर हैं ही हैं. So this is on, these are my points on top of whatever everybody else has told you. Thank you.
And finally, Ananya, coming to you, please.
I have switched on my microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To
Shefali is
comment on
going
this
to.
one.
Are you commenting, Shefali, or Ananya?
Yes, please. If that's okay.
Please. Yeah. Bataiye.
So I was, this macrame and the smoking techniques, if they are used in fashion, they would actually return something that in parts we keep losing. We talk of ideas of textile conservation, artisanal techniques, but the way these are used, so I would compliment the students for thinking of these techniques, but there is no playfulness. The styling, forget the construction, which is so poor of the trousers, but on the left side garment, the styling of the braids suggest a certain playfulness, whereas the garment is so staid, it's so boring. And while you may call it gender fluid, it is not. It seems to be cut to what is more a woman's body. While I can't argue really for all bodies in the world, but we understand that the transgender body or the gender fluid body needs more relaxation. It's not obsessed with fits. So it shouldn't be just called gender fluid. Then you have to cut it accordingly. It requires its own cut. Anti-fit requires its own cut. Then the styling, as Neeraj said, that just by making this gray, somehow the slate gray is a little off-putting, and I'm not sure for which kind of demographic or moment that you have designed it for. The loosely used term party wear, occasion wear, corporate wear, nothing is fitting in. I was ruing to say what I could suggest to you. Also, there is a disparity. आपने आपके गारमेंट्स जो है आपने जिस तरह से स्टाइल किया है, आपको कंसिस्टेंसी लग रही होगी, बट बूट्स इनका आई शेडो जो व्हाइट है, there is something that's going off between one and the other. They are not coming together. So many times you have to work on the consistency, and the statements should read clearly from both sides. That's my input for you. And with that, I will give you a 7.
Okay. 7 marks from Shefali. Ikshit, marks from you.
7, please.
7, that's 14. Neeraj?
7, please.
That's 21. And finally, Riddhi.
7.
So that's 28 marks from you. For you, for Sampriti and Ivana. I'm sure jury members ने जो कुछ कहा है आपने सही ढंग से सुन लिया होगा. and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of improvement. This is again for the mentors and of course your teachers at NIFD Global, Kolkata, Lindsay Street. Anyway, so 28 marks for you. Better luck next time. Thank you so much. And I'm going to quickly go on to the last. This one is the interior presentation by Palak Agrawal, NIFD Global, Lucknow. So this is the last presentation for today for the judges, and then we go into giving the marks. So Palak, if you're ready.
Yes, sir. Am I
Please
audible?
start. Yes, you are. Start, please.
Yes. I'm Palak Agrawal from NIFD Global, Lucknow. Sir, my concept name is Rampway Diamonds. मेरी इंस्पिरेशन सूरत सिटी से है, जिसका जो कि इंडिया की सिल्क सिटी और डायमंड सिटी है, उसका केबल ब्रिज से भी मैंने इंस्पायर होके ये स्ट्रक्चर बनाया है. और सर मैंने पटोला प्रिंट यूज किया है अपने मॉडल में. और सर ये जो रैम्प है इसके साइड्स में फ्लेक्सेस हैं जो कि जिसपे पटोला प्रिंट है. ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है ये सनबोर्ड से बना है जो कि आयरन पॉट से सपोर्टेड है. इसके ऊपर मैंने मिरर वर्क किया है और इसके बीच में फ्लोरेसेंट लाइट्स लगी हुई है. ये रनवे प्लाईवुड से है बना हुआ है और इस यहाँ पे डिजिटल स्क्रीन है और इसके साइड्स में मैंने डायमंड शेप का पटोला प्रिंट यूज किया है. इसके साइड्स में फ्लोरेसेंट लाइट्स हैं और ये सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट मैंने दोनों साइड पे दी हुई है. यहाँ पे मीडिया सेटअप है. थैंक यू सर.
ओके, लाइटिंग के बारे में बताएं. लाइटिंग कहाँ से हो रही है?
यस सर, लाइटिंग्स ऊपर ट्रस से यहाँ और राइट एंड लेफ्ट साइड से है और यहाँ सेंटर में भी है जो कि ये मेन स्टेज पे आएगी. मॉडल्स यहाँ से आएंगी दोनों साइड से एंड दे विल कम अप हियर. यस
ओके.
फ्रॉम
और ये
हियर.
जी, और ये जो ट्रायंगुलर जो रैंप के ऊपर आपने बनाया है, ये
यस सर.
कैन द कैमरामैन कम ऑन द साइड ताकि हम देखें कि ये कितना चौड़ा है. साइड पे आइए, साइड पे. कम ऑन द साइड प्लीज. Okay, fair enough. ठीक है. So that's how it is. Okay, I'm going to quickly going to start with Riddhi. Riddhi, what do you feel about this, please?
Hi, Palak. Palak, I like the inspiration कि आप सूरत जो डायमंड एंड सिल्क सिटी है, आप उसके बारे में you have got inspiration from that and आप वो यहाँ पे दिखाना चाह रहे थे. I think आप बस डायमंड से बहुत लिटरल हो गए हैं कि आपने डायमंड के दो शेप्स साइड स्क्रीन्स पे बनाए हैं जिसपे आपने पटोला डाला है एंड वो एक डायमंड का आधा स्ट्रक्चर लेके आपने बीच में जो रैंप पे है उस पे. ठीक है, तो बस मुझे ये कहना है कि आप बहुत लिटरल हो गए उस सेंस में कि डायमंड के शेप को आपने वहां पे उस तरीके से यूज किया है, राइट? और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट फॉर्म में हो सकता.
Also used the cable bridge. So I wanted to make a bridge structure.
Correct.
Okay, I think there seems to be a bit of a we've lost. Yeah, Riddhi.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you just repeat the last two lines, please?
I just think केबल जो आप ब्रिज का जो रिफ्लेक्शन कर रहे हैं रैंप पे में, आई थिंक वो उस जगह पे अप्रोप्रिएट नहीं होगा. बहुत शैडोज फॉर्म होंगे व्हेन द मॉडल इज वॉकिंग थ्रू दैट बिकॉज आपका लाइट उसके ऊपर से है. सो पिरामिड इटसेल्फ विल फॉर्म शैडोज ऑन द रैंप पे, आई थिंक. एंड आई आल्सो थिंक कि वो जो रूफ स्ट्रक्चर है वो बहुत आई मीन ऑल्दो आपने
मैम इसके हाइट 10 to 12 feet है from the plexus.
Sorry.
मैम इस स्ट्रक्चर की हाइट 10 to 12 feet है.
हाँ, आई थिंक वो काफी लो है एंड वो बैकड्रॉप में जो भी हो रहा है बहुत लिटरली आपका डिजाइन एलिमेंट्स आया है. दूसरा आई थिंक जो पिरामिड है वो वहां पे मेरे हिसाब से क्योंकि शैडोज है, देयर इज ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ व्यू एक्सेट्रा व्हिच विल फॉर्म अ प्रॉब्लम. That's about it from me.
Okay, wonderful. Ikshit, coming to you. Comments on this?
Yeah. So I think आपकी inspiration बहुत glamorous है. It is actually quite fashion. But you could have done so much more, you know, diamonds, there's so much excitement, luxury you can exude, so much light play can happen. So I think थोड़ा सा ये थोड़ा flat हो गया है. You know, it is looking like a direct sort of a fit into a set design. And also, I mean, this looks more like a, you know, like a trade exhibition design than a fashion set. So I think you have to also be very careful as to what purpose you're designing for, and understand different kind of designs. So for me, this is not really a fashion set. I can imagine actually a beautiful car or a bike in the middle of your diamond, and probably that would suit it better. So
Okay.
these are my observations. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. Neeraj,
Okay,
coming
hi,
to you.
Palak.
Good afternoon, sir.
ओके सो पलक, बच्चे टेक्निकली बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इसके अंदर. एक तो आपका, मैं फटाफट आपको बता रहा हूँ, एक तो आपने वो जो पटोला के प्रिंट्स डाले हैं, दे आर नॉट वर्किंग, बिकॉज सडनली जैसे आप एक पटोला का प्रिंट डाल देते हो, दैट मीन्स समथिंग विच इज रिलेटेड टू पटोला, इट इज अ पटोला बेस्ड क्रिएशन, कैन ओनली बी शोकेस्ड. नेवर एवर गो सो लिटरल. दूसरी चीज, आपने ये जो मिरर वर्क वाला आइडिया लिया है ना, ये जो
Yes, sir.
इट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, बट टेक्निकली बिल्कुल ही गलत है. आपके रैंप की लेंथ कितनी है? मैं अभी आपको समझाता हूं जो आप बोल रहे हो. रैंप की लेंथ कितनी है?
15 feet.
15
feet.
रैंप
No,
की
sir.
लेंथ कितना लंबा है रैंप?
Yes, sir. It is 25 to 30 feet.
30 फीट कहां पे शो कर रहे हो?
Okay, Palak, please don't look for answers. इधर उधर लोगों से मत देखिए. क्या है ये आपके लिए है. You
No,
need to
sir,
know what the
actually,
जी.
आपने
yes, sir,
आपने लैक्मे
actually,
फैशन वीक देखा है?
I got yes, sir.
लैक्मे फैशन वीक में आपको पता है रैंप की लेंथ कितनी होती है?
Yes, sir. It is around 15 feet.
15? It is 98 to 110 feet. 98. मैं विड्थ की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, चौड़ाई की नहीं, मैं लंबाई की बात कर रहा हूं.
I'm sorry, sir.
तो बच्चे थोड़ा सा, मैं इसलिए आपको ये पूछ रहा हूं कि आपने ये जो पूरा स्ट्रक्चर बनाया है ना,
Yes, sir.
खाली एक ही स्ट्रक्चर रैम्प के शुरू से रैम्प के एंड तक, और आपको
Yes,
जो
sir.
रिद्धि मैम ने पूछा इसकी हाइट कितनी है, आपने बोला 10 to 12 फीट. जब आप एक 98 फुट लॉन्ग रैम्प पर ऐसा एक स्ट्रक्चर बनाते हो ना, और तो वो 10 से 12 नहीं, वो कम से कम नहीं तो 40 फुट लंबा होगा हाइट में, ताकि वो आगे से पीछे तक जा सके.
Okay, sir.
समझ में आया? इसका मतलब आपने टेक्निकली सोचा ही नहीं है. दूसरी चीज, लोग साइड से बैठ के भी देख रहे हैं ना, आपने
Yes,
मिरर
sir.
सिर्फ आगे लगाए हैं. जो मेरे साइड में बैठ के देख रहे हैं उनको पीछे वो सफेद रंग दिख रहा है, उनको तो मिरर दिख ही नहीं रहा है. मिरर सिर्फ मीडिया पिट पार्ट से दिख रहा है. जो साइड में बैठ के शो देख रहे हैं उनको तो व्हाइट रंग का पेंट दिख रहा है जो आपने मिरर्स के पीछे लगाया है. So whenever we go ahead and we make anything like that, we always do it both sides, ताकि जो
Okay.
लोग बैठ के भी देख रहे हैं उनको भी साथ में अच्छे से दिखे. ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाने से मॉडल्स की मूवमेंट बहुत रिस्ट्रिक्शन होती है, क्योंकि ये अंदर आ रहा है तो मॉडल
sir.
कोई भी साइड में नहीं जा पाएगी. आपका पूरा शो जो है वो सेंटर करना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
So one has to operationally think, and ये तो टेक्निकल, इफ यू आर एन इंटीरियर डिजाइन स्टूडेंट, ये तो
Yes, sir.
टेक्निकल बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि आपने एक स्ट्रक्चर में, एंड आई डोंट नो हाउ यू थॉट दैट द रैंप लेंथ इज 15 फीट. 15 फुट होता क्या है? So on that note, this set is completely incorrect अगर आपने उस सोच के साथ इसको बनाया है. Thank you so much.
Okay, and finally we have Ananya. Comments from
Yes.
your side, please.
I thought that the set was very simplistic, like too simplistic, and Patola and Diamond together in this iteration, I think inspiration-wise and execution-wise both don't work. It could have, I think, in different versions of it been a better, better inspiration, or if you had gone with one and, like gone ahead with it. And also this present combination of white and silver, just the way how it looks right now. I have seen better versions of white and silver. So this right now might not be the perfect foil to a fashion show, where you don't know as a designer what colors they are bringing to the ramp and what like how they're accessorizing, whether silver is a part of their look at all, or if it is gold, or if it is like a different way they're using the metallic colors. So those would be my concerns, someone from the fashion POV. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with the marks for the last time.
I would give this 7.
7. Ikshit?
7.
That's 14. Neeraj?
7, please.
That's 21. And finally, I come down to Riddhi.
7, please.
So that's 28. Palak, 28 marks for you. There is a lot that has to be done on this set. Technically, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो possible नहीं है. And honestly, मुझे भी ऐसा लगा कि ये बहुत ही जल्दी में सोचा हुआ एक तरह से आपने कुछ बनाया है. तो थोड़ा सा homework करना बहुत जरूरी है. And I think go back to your teachers, go back to your mentors, जो लोग आपके साथ जहाँ पे आप हैं, sit down, put your head together, and I'm sure a lot can be done. Okay, so those are the final marks. Palak, interior presentation, NIFD Global Lucknow with 28 points. Okay, thank you so much. I think with this we come to an end today, ladies and gentlemen, for the 4th day of the Design Carnival. And it was absolutely remarkable. The talent on display today, I think, was really commendable. Well, I think this is for Lucknow. Runway की length जो बता दी गई है, वो exactly वही होती है जो होनी चाहिए. And as designer Jonathan Adler wisely said, the best rooms have something to say about the people who live in them. Now let's move to the moment we've all been eagerly waiting for, the announcement of the Design Carnival 2024 winners who will receive a direct entry to the Lakme Fashion Week and in collaboration with FDCI. The scores have been compiled, tabulated, and we have the results. I'm going to start first, ladies and gentlemen, with the fashion design segment for today. The results are going to be in the reverse order. The 3rd position comes in first, then the 2nd, and finally I announce the winner. So sabse pehle, the 2nd runner-up, that means the 3rd position with 30.5 points goes to NIFD Global Hyderabad High Tech, Shima Fatima. Congratulations. The 2nd position, the 1st runner-up, we have a tie in this today, both with 31 points. NIFD Global Gurugram and NIFD Global Mumbai Bandra, both with 31 points. Poonam Rani and Bharti Goel from Gurugram, and we have Sarah Sheikh from NIFD Global Mumbai Bandra. Congratulations to both the centers. And finally, the winner. Today, day number 4, the fashion design segment. The winner with 33 points is NIFD Global Bhopal. This is Chitrika Rathod and Amatullah Petiwala. So Mubarak ho, congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Well, the interior design winners will get a direct entry to design sets for the esteemed designer shows at the upcoming Lakme Fashion Week in partnership with FDCI. And of course, the fashion design winners will have the opportunity to present their collection at the runway show at the upcoming Lakme Fashion Week in partnership with FDCI. So congratulations to both of you. And finally, I am here with the results for the interior design segment, day number 4, the Design Carnival. Again, in the reverse order, sabse pehle, the 2nd runner-up or the 3rd position with 29.5 points goes to NIFD Global Baroda Preet Manarbai Baria. The 2nd position, the 2nd position is it goes with, we have a tie. Well, we have a tie for the 1st and the 2nd position because we have 2 teams, NIFD Global Gurugram and NIFD Global Bhopal, both securing 35 marks. So that is Ronit Sharma from Gurugram and Yuvika Tejwani from Bhopal. So I'm going to request the jury members. I think your votes are going to decide who we will go with the winner. So can we have a look at what Ronit Sharma has put? Can we just have a simple look सबसे पहले रोनित शर्मा ने जो हमें दिखाया था, can we quickly have a look so that the judges know what they are getting their marks for or putting their marks for? And then after Ronit Sharma, we will have a look at what Yuvika Tejwani has put together. The jury members are going to decide who the winner is going to be between the two of them. Both have secured 35 points. Quickly, can we have a look at what Ronit Sharma has put together? So there is Ronit Sharma. I think everybody was absolutely floored with what he put together. But then came in Neeraj, and he just told us कि कितना बड़ा ये बन सकता है. And well, and I was surprised, Neeraj, you know, the marks that you gave him were the least among the four. Because like you said, you know, finally a concept banana and reality में वहां पे क्या होता है, जमीन आसमान का फर्क होता है. So that was Ronit Sharma. Can I have a look at what Yuvika Tejwani has put together? There we are. This was also a little over the top, but everybody was, I think this was the first one, the first setup that we saw today. Okay, so I'm going to start with you. Riddhi, your vote goes to Ronit or Yuvika?
Ronit.
Okay, so Ronit gets one point. Ikshit, your vote goes to Ronit or Yuvika?
Ronit.
Okay, so that's 2 votes. Just one more vote for Ronit. Neeraj, your vote goes to Ronit or Yuvika?
Ronit.
Sorry?
Ronit.
Well, so 3 votes already, and
Also Ronit.
And yeah, of course, Ananya, I was going to come to you.
Also Ronit, yeah.
Absolutely. So I think everybody was floored with what he had made. Technically, बहुत सारा उसमें थोड़ा बहुत issue था. So congratulations, Ronit. You are the winner on day number 4 at the Design Carnival. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
And the second position goes to Yuvika Tejwani, NIFD Global Bhopal. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Well, let's give a huge round of applause to all the remarkable winners who have showcased incredible creativity and talent. Both winners from Group D will receive a cash prize and invaluable mentorship from design experts provided by Reese worldwide, ensuring a path of continuous growth and excellence. Thank you to our jury members for your valuable time and expertise in selecting our winners. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here today. And thank you all the participants on day number 4. Your creativity and passion has absolutely shone through. A special thank you to all the NIFD global centers in Group D for your support. And lastly, a big thank you to all the audience who's watching us on YouTube. Your presence and enthusiasm has added enormous energy to this event. This is a celebration of creativity, of innovation, and the power of design. Well, see you tomorrow for the final day. That is day number 5 at the Design Carnival. Thank you, jury members. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
And I shall see Neeraj and Shefali tomorrow.
Thanks, Ikshit.
See you. Bye.
Thanks,
Take care.
Thanks, Aman. Take care. And thanks, Shefali. Please take care. Yeah, bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.